How'd y'all get in here already? I didn't even share this shit yet. What's good? What's Gucci? What's Gucci? What's Gucci? Oh. Yer. What's up? What's up, dude? I'm gonna stack you up on a couple books. I need a fucking a ting. Give me 2 seconds. Yo. Hey. Bro, I know what I'm gonna do. Woo! Yo, how we doing, people? Yo, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Mize. What up, Dingleberg? Eli, Uncle Mugen. Uncle Mugen or Mugen? How we doing? Yo. What up, Devon? What's up, Kyle? What you doing for your birthday, Mize? What you doing? I was sucking down fucking margs yesterday. Football size margs. I'm talking about, like, they were this big. I paid $60 for one margarita yesterday in New York. She was litty though. What's good? How we doing? How's everyone's Sunday? Anyone do anything good last night? How we doing, Nicholas? What's up? On that captain. Ooh. Captain on the Sunday? Yikes. About to get ready for work. Working on a Sunday. Man. It's all about this. Rank your rookie RBs. Barkley, Sony, Geis, Penny, Royce Freeman, Ronald Jones, Kerryon Johnson, I think. I forget. I might be missing out on people, but that's about the gist of it. Thank you, sir. What's good? About to get ready for work. Loving the shirt. Yeah, buddy. I love this shirt too. It's my favorite. Royce over Ronald. Keep it on. That's what I'm saying. Not for Dynasty though. I like Rojo more than Royce Freeman for Dynasty. The only reason I really don't like Rojo, I don't really think he's a bad running back. I just think the situation is not great this year. But I think if he could prove by the time the season ends that he could be a 3-down back, which I'm not saying he can't be, but if he proves it by then next year he could absolutely be the workhorse. I just think Freeman has more opportunity this year, bruh. My main league is turning into a keeper league after draft this year, allowed to keep 2 guys plus 1 guy who has played less than 2 years in the league. I'm going to be a 20-touch guy. No way. Never trust Patriots running back. Never trust a bitch who finds love in the camera. She will turn around. Nah, she will fuck you, turn around, and fuck a janitor. That's it. I done knowed it. What do you think about Will Fuller? I think Deshaun Watson is going to disappoint people who draft him super high. So, I mean, Will Fuller and D-Hop are interesting for me because I think Deshaun Watson will disappoint people, but at the same time, I think Fuller and D-Hop might have like a Sanders DT kind of target share where they get 50 to 55% of the targets in that offense, no matter who the fuck's that quarterback. So they're going to have a large piece of their pie. I don't like guys like Will Fuller. I just particularly don't like, especially just like straight pass catching backs or guys who depend on the long ball, who you're not going to be able to depend on week over week. They're exciting and they might be there at the end of the year. You know, their numbers might be there, but like the opportunity cost there in terms of having to decide what games to play them in is not worth it, in my opinion. Thoughts on like who to target? Yeah, Ben, go watch that video. It's called Best Late Round Sleepers for Keeper and Dynasty League. So it's guys that like are probably going to be set up really good for next year. So guys you want to keep an eye on in this year's draft. Thoughts on Mike Evans? Not a guy I particularly want, but Evans is a guy that it definitely hurts with Jameis Winston out if he's out for 3 games because Winston, the target share that Evans gets with Winston in the lineup as compared to without Winston in the lineup is a lot higher. I think his target share goes up from it's like 26, or the Winston's targets, like 26% of them go to Evans as opposed to backup quarterbacks on there. So what up, Brower? What up? You save me work. That's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. I save y'all the work. I do the work, and y'all pay the bills. Thoughts on Mixon versus Geis? It's going to be Mixon for me by pretty solid stretch, but I do think Geis is going to be a very solid RB2 play. The Washington line is going to be much improved. They dealt with a lot of injuries last year, but when fully healthy, they're a very good offensive line, and Geis is much more talented than any back Washington has had in a long time. So, what's up? Are you worried about Jimmy G at minicamp? Bro, I'm worried about Jimmy G in general. Not in the sense I think he's a bad quarterback, but people are way too high on him. If you're picking him like as a QB8 or even QB10, he's probably going to be ranked like QB14 or 15 for me. It's like we haven't seen anything out of Jimmy G besides those 5, 6, whatever, 7 games if you want to count the Patriots games as well. I don't know. I'm not going all in on Jimmy G whatsoever this year. So I'm a little lower on him than a lot of people will be. McCaffrey, Devonta Freeman. Good question, Mike. My In the Muck Monday video tomorrow, my breakdown player analysis In the Muck Monday tomorrow is Christian McCaffrey versus Devonta Freeman. Going to be a good one. Going to be a very good one. And back to Mike Evans. Mike Evans going to Nick's question right here. Would a good strategy for this year to be to start your draft 3 straight RBs? I'm absolutely fine. I'm looking to escape the first 3 rounds with at least 2 running backs. So I want 2 running backs for sure. Obviously, if you have a flex, I would be fine putting a running back in that spot as well. Mike Evans is a guy that I'm kind of liking. If you go 2 running backs, like running back, the first 2 rounds, and you're looking to if you are looking to grab a wide receiver 1 that you can get later, like you'll probably be able to get either Mike Evans or Doug Baldwin as your wide receiver 1 if you go with 2 running backs, which is fine. Yeah, dude, I fucking loved Winston prior to the suspension. I'm hoping that yes, the ADOT is crazy. That man, I break it down in one of my videos. His ADOT, his average depth of target, his average depth of throw was like first in the NFL last year, but his completion percentage went up last year as well. It hit a career high last year. So if your completion percentage, right, your completion percentage as a quarterback is going up and your average depth of target is going up, that's a very good sign of things. I think you're getting better as a quarterback. At least statistically speaking, you're going to be improving on that, right? Your ADOT goes up, so you're throwing the ball longer, but you're also completing more passes. That's where Winston was at. If he can knock that suspension down to 2 or 3 games, 2 or 1 games, I'm still absolutely targeting him at the late round as a late round quarterback. Especially, they play the Saints and they play the Eagles the first 2 weeks, so I'm not scared of the Saints matchup, but I'm definitely not excited to get him in my lineup if he was playing Philly. So it's not like the worst thing, yo. Do I have dyslexia? No, I don't. But listen, I put out a lot of content. I'm literally talking to myself for like hours on hours a week. So like you gotta expect me to fuck up a lot. That's just what it is, how it is, bro. What do you? My keepers are Bell, McCoy, Julio, and Hilton. Someone didn't keep Baldwin. Should I target him or Michelle with my first pick? I have Baldwin ranked ahead of Michelle. So just based on that, yeah, I would target Baldwin over Michelle. Fitz or Diggs, very close. I would be going Fitz there, though. Thoughts on Marlon Mack? Obviously, great outlook if Luck is back, and Jalen Samuels if Bell misses some. Yeah, Marlon Mack is tough to. Marlon Mack is tough to get a gauge on. That's a running back situation that for right now, I'm probably staying away from. I've been getting some Marlon Mack shares, some Jordan Wilkins shares, like late in best ball drafts. But I think I need a little bit more clarity in terms of reports out of camp and shit like that before I start actually investing any terms of any type of like real fucking draft capital into a Marlon Mack or anything like that. I hate the fact that in PPR a player can make a catch for 1 yard and that counts as full. Yeah. So King Truth, no, I mean half PPR is absolutely the way to go, in my opinion, and I think that's becoming the mainstream. Yahoo just switched their regular scoring settings, so they were standard for a long time, whereas no PPR whatsoever. Now their actual regular league settings for any league that you start is half PPR. So half PPR is definitely my favorite. We actually experimented in my big money league this year with half point per first down, which was kind of exciting because it's just more points in general, but it also I didn't really like it. I think we're probably going to get rid of it this year. Would you draft Juju above Amari Cooper and Mike Evans? So I would have Mike Evans ranked before Juju. Then I would have Juju. Then I would have Amari Cooper. So it's Evans, Ju, Coop. Evans, Ju, Coop. I mean, King, just like you said, man, I just don't think fucking full PPR makes sense. So you're going to catch a ball and then immediately fall down. Why are you getting a full point for that? I got offered Juju for Derrick Henry. My wideouts are Thomas, Evans, and Cup. My RBs are Saquon, Gordon, Mixon, and A. Jones. Standard dynasty, take the trade. Yeah, I would take that in a second. Juju's dynasty value is far, far ahead of Derrick Henry's, in my opinion. And you have really good running back depth there. I'm also not sure. I'm assuming you mean Michael Thomas, or that's really, you got some good assets there for a dynasty league, man. If that's Michael Thomas and not Demarius. 12-man standard. 12-man standard. Pick 12, 13. Would you go running back like Dalvin Cook, Gordon, or Fournette? Which two would you pick? Yeah, I'd be fine going those two. I would probably lean Gordon and Fournette. If it's standard, Fournette and Gordon have like really, really nice floors in terms of the carries and their touchdown totals, most likely. And I'm a little nervous that Dalvin Cook's going to get some goal line carries taken away from Latavius Murray. So they used him really heavily on the goal line last year, and they're probably going to do it again. What up, Zone 6? What up? Equinemius St. Brown for the Pack is looking great, I guess. Why do you say that? Are there reports out about him? Why y'all say that? What y'all doing? Howard Dern. Oh, man. Spent like $250 last night, or in the city yesterday. I went out to brunch. Jamison Crowder feels healthy this offseason after struggling with hamstring issues. I'm sure. Who isn't? Malcolm Mitchell is unsure if he'll be ready for training camp. Well, it's fucking new. I can't believe there's still people who are like banking on Malcolm Mitchell. Need a second keeper in 12-team, 1 PPR. Dion Lewis or Josh Gordon. I have Zeke and the second overall pick. Full PPR, I would still go Josh Gordon there. He'd be ranked ahead for in my rankings. Michael Fowler, Uncle Mugen. Thoughts on all your sleepers going down? Suspension, potentially life-threatening injury. Next thing you know, Juju will disclose it. Fuck you talking about? Is there a question there? Thoughts on Corey Davis and Jameson Crowder? Both guys that I probably won't be looking to pay their draft price for. I think they're going pretty low now, but I think by the time drafts come in August, Corey Davis will probably be a pretty high pick. I think there's a lot of hype around there. I think I like the idea of the Mariota bounce back, but they also have a lot of weapons there, man. I don't think Corey Davis is going to automatically just start commanding a 25% target share. Rashard Matthews has been very good. Delaney Walker's still good. Dion Lewis is going to get a ton of looks. I like Taywan Taylor, man, is a guy I really like. With Eric Decker out, Taywan's going to be the slot. He's going to be the third receiver in 3 wide receiver sets. Taywan Taylor is someone to keep an eye on in deeper leagues. Dynasty leagues, I would definitely look to pick him up if he's on the wire. It is my birthday. Happy birthday, my mans. What's your take on Doug Baldwin? If I go 2 RBs in the first and second round, is he good? Yeah, I was actually just saying that you probably just joined here a little late. I like Doug Baldwin a lot as my wide receiver 1 if I go RB. Yo, $200 budget auction is 35 too much for Larry Fitz. I feel like auction it's a lot. It's based on if you can kind of read your league. What's is that a keep? Is that a redraft, Austin? Is that just straight redraft? Yes, Michael Thompson struggling for tight end, rocking Kittle and Joku. Yeah, that's pretty tough. I mean, maybe you can move in one of those trades. You can move one of those pieces and grab a tight end like an Evan Ingram, who's only 23, DeWitt, and he has so much dynasty value. How much does Emmanuel Sanders and DT value go up with Keenum as quarterback? I like Sanders way more than I like DT, especially in terms of whether I actually think Emmanuel Sanders is going to finish with more fantasy points this year than Demaryius Thomas. He was actually my Stay Woke Saturday sleeper pick on my Instagram page. If y'all are not following me on Instagram, on my BDGE Instagrizzy, make sure that y'all are doing that because I be hitting y'all with muff. I think I'm retarded or something. Make sure you're following me on Insta, baby, because man, this shit ain't gonna work. Oh, there it is. BDGE_fantasy foosball. I'll be picking sleepers on there and shit. And you can sign up for my newsletter because I'll be emailing out sleepers and busts and whatnot. Two things real quick. You tell my girlfriend to start studying and mock drafting. Her name is Terry. Yeah, Terry. Fuck you doing? You're holding your man back. Think of it this way. You start studying, you start mocking, you help Isaac out. He wins a lot of money fantasy football. 2018. You know what happens when he wins a lot of money? He's spending it on you. Come on, Terry. Terry, you remember that video? Terry with the guy in the fucking wheelchair and the fireworks go off and his friend's like, Terry. And it fucking shoots off and he's just sitting there in the wheelchair like fucking all fucked up. Anyways, yeah, just fucking mock draft, all right, Terry? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse at you. Penny or Mixon? Mixon, Jack. First overall pick, who would pick out of the big four, Zeke? Le'Veon Bell for sure, especially full PPR. His involvement in the passing game is Dynasty half PPR. I have picks 2 and 3. Oh, also, the Dynasty League for the subscribers only Dynasty League startup actually just officially kicked off. The draft just started. It's an email draft, so it's a slow draft, but we just kicked it off this morning about 2 hours ago. I don't think the first pick even fucking went yet. I don't know what he's doing. I have the 5th pick. I was the first pick overall, and I traded back to the 5th pick. So I'm fucking excited. I go Bell, Dynasty half PPR. I have picks 2 and 3 rookie draft. Wow, nice. My 2 favorite there are, I would go Sony and I would go Geis. Those are my favorite. I just think both of them are in pretty good situations. Sony obviously has crazy touchdown upside, good offense. Geis has a nice line there if they're healthy, and I think he has a great workload for rushing wise. What is the best spot pick in a 10 team? No PPR, 5-point quarterback touchdown. It doesn't really change to me. I still want one of those top running backs, so probably somewhere from 1 to 4. Loving my keeper league, McKinnon, very nice. Mm-hmm. Yo, give me 2 seconds. My food is here. I'm about to go get some grub. Your man needs to eat. I'm about to fucking flourish away till nothing. I need to put you guys on something bigger. Oh, open water. My location is remote. I'll be right back. Whew. How we doing? Was Gucci. Bro, let's fucking go. Domino's. We got steak, onions. I got a major sweet tooth, so you know I had to do. The fuck? Showing the camera. They started doing cinnamon twists, bro, instead of they don't have little fucking sticks no more. Yo, low key, real quick. Sleeper move of 2018. Icing, Domino's icing. JWOI, just wait on it. On a motherfucking slice of pizza. I'm serious. Don't knock it till you try it, bro. Do not knock it. Oh, baby. Yeah. This shit is so fucking good. Mike, I'm saying, yo, who is that, Mike? Who is the first pick? Is it I forget who it even is. What's goody? All right, all right, all right. Austin, sorry, let me look at your auction thing again. What was your is it full PPR? How high would you take Sanders and redraft full PPR? Ideally, like the 7th round if you could. I mean, his ADP is pretty high, so maybe he'll drop there. I would say 7th round is nice. If it's like 12 teams and maybe 6th round. It could be like your wide receiver 3. Fine with that. What do you think of the top rookie running backs after Barkley? Made so much content on this already. Sonny Michel, Darius Geis, Rashad Penny, Royce Freeman, Ronald Jones, Kerryon Johnson. Yeah, NYC draft filled up. Kind of. We have like 70 fucking people that email me interested, and a lot of them want in, but it's gonna kind of come down to who fills up the slots and puts in their deposits first. So if you want to shoot me an email and you're actually interested and you would get your deposit in very quickly, as long as you're normal, things check out, then you can get in the league. There are spots open that haven't been paid for yet. There are people that want in, but they haven't sent their deposit in. So semi's still open. What are your thoughts on Robbie Anderson this season? Where would you rank him compared to other wide receivers? I think he's like my wide receiver 34 or 5. I was working on my rankings yesterday, which will be in my draft guide. Also, less than 1 week. 1 week to get the pre-order pricing on the draft guide. July 1st, the price goes up. So if you're trying to get the draft guide pre-order pricing, $19.99 right now. It's going up on July 1st. It's got all my rankings, 250, positional rankings by tiers, my top sleepers, my top busts, my must-draft players, videos, exclusive articles that y'all are never, ever going to see unless you buy the goddamn draft guide. That's on sale right now on my site, bigdogsfantasy.com. Just hit the little shop option up top. Go over to the draft guide. 1 week left to get it at pre-order pricing. Reggie Salad still as late as normal. What the fuck are you talking about? Huh? Oh, I didn't realize you were tagging another person. My league of 6 points for a passing touchdown. How early should I draft a QB? Yeah, it doesn't really change much to me. Maybe it probably like cuts off the amount of quarterbacks that I would be comfortable starting now. That's what it would do. It also devalues the rushing quarterbacks in a 6 point per passing touchdown league because obviously their rushing touchdowns aren't as valuable because there's more passing touchdowns and they're worth just as much. So not so much that I want it earlier, but you might have to pick it earlier because there's less viable starting options, if that makes sense. Who is a late – fuck did you just say, bro? Just left out of Dubai with all my folks. That's what's up. Dubai. I just got offered the 13th pick in my rookie draft for Demaryius Thomas. Possibly could be a spot. Draft Anthony Miller. I'd probably keep DT there, especially if your team is set up to win. Like if you think you have a chance of making playoffs or making money this year, I would stick with DT. Yeah, but Mike, who is too legit? Who is too legit to quit? Like, who is that, bro? Keeper league, got to choose between OBJ, Fournette, or Kamara. Who should I choose? Straight up? What's the scoring settings, Trill? Shut the fuck up, icing on pizza. Bro, I'm serious. Pizza's, onions and Philly cheese. It's just a Philly cheesesteak from Domino's. DeAndre Hopkins or Kareem Hunt, half PPR. So close. In my rankings, so fucking close. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt, though, because I just want a running back up there. I think they're more valuable. Yeah, you can get my sweatshirts online, bro. I need my fucking sweatshirt. I don't know where my sweatshirt is. I think some broad took it, to be honest with you. I'm fucking pissed. I got to pay for them shits, too, when I buy them for myself. Fucking pissed. What kind of business do I have set up here where I got to pay for my own shit? You think getting a powerhouse defense like Jacksonville is important or no? No. Same reason why you stream late round quarterbacks, because the difference between quarterback 3 at the end of the year, the difference between quarterback 3 and quarterback 13 is minimal in terms of points per game, and it's even less when you're talking about defenses. So like defense number 3 and defense number 15, there's probably a difference of 1 fantasy point per game at the end of the year. So I'm always advocating going defense kicker last 2 rounds no matter what. And it's very hard to predict. Obviously defense number 1 like might score like 2.1 fantasy points more per game than defense number 10 or whatever, but it's also very hard to predict who that is actually going to be. So what do you think about Freeman from Denver? Vic, I made a whole video comparing Freeman versus Ronald Jones, my In the Muck Monday video. And by the way, for those all that are late here, tomorrow's In the Muck Monday video is Christian McCaffrey versus Devonta Freeman. Do you like Rivers as a late round QB1? I don't personally. I know a lot of people that do. I would have had Hunter Henry not gotten hurt. Now you got me fucked up. Whoever keeps saying I say Hunter Henry. Do I say that? Hunter Henry, yeah. Had Henry not gotten hurt, I would have been all in on Rivers. I'm not one of those people. I see this stat all the time on fucking Twitter. People are like, oh, Phillip Rivers, then they put his rankings, quarterback rankings. Like, yeah, he's been top 12 quarterback the last 7 years. However, he plays every game. So when you look at his fantasy points per game, he's always like QB 14 or QB 15 or QB 16 or something like that. Not always, but he's had a lot of the years where you see him ranked as a QB 9 or 11, he's actually like quarterback 15 in terms of points per game. So there's much better options on a week-to-week basis. He just happens to play every game, which is nice. So you're getting a consistent floor. But he's not a guy that I really want in when there's better options at quarterback, in my opinion. I'm 18, this is 21. I'm going to that fantasy thing you're doing in New York. Hell yeah. Yeah, Alec, when you're 21, man, dude, by the time you're 21 in 3 years, that thing is going to be – I'm going to blow the fucking top off this thing, these live drafts. By that time, I'll be, 27, 28? I'm going to have like fucking 10 of those drafts. I'm going to scale the shit out of the live drafts, man. The bigger my audience grows, the bigger I'm going to scale that shit before we go global. We're going to do it in New York. We're going to do it in motherfucking London, probably in Dubai, South Africa. I want to go South Africa. I'm going to do that shit in Australia. I think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Is it a bad idea to go 4 straight running backs or start a draft? Standard. If you can start 4, no, I have no problem with it. AJ Green or Keenan Allen? Keenan Allen. With Hunter Henry out, I think. I mean, I had Allen ranked above AJ Green prior to that. But I would go Keenan Allen there, especially with Hunter Henry gone now. What the fuck was I going to say? Actually, I just executed a dynasty trade. Hold on one sec. Put the lights on so y'all can see this motherfucker. Christmas time in this bitch. I just made a move in one of my dynasty leagues. I traded who'd I trade? I traded Keenan Allen, Tariq Cohen, and next year's 2nd round rookie pick for Josh Gordon, LaShawn McCoy, and Adam Thielen. And I know McCoy is basically a 1-year rental, maybe 2 years tops. But with McCoy on my team now, I'm looking to make a run at the chip. They already got Leonard Fournette, McCoy. My wide receivers are Josh Gordon, Adam Thielen, Sammy Watkins, and then like I have guys on the bench, Devin Funches, Marquise Lee. My running backs are, Leonard Fournette, Shady, Sony Michel, Aaron Rodgers, and Marcus Mariota as my quarterbacks. I'm set up pretty nice. Yeah, you're so right, bro. You have all that awesome pizza up there and order Domino's. I was out in New York. I was out in Manhattan yesterday, and I had fucking a lot of pizza. So now I'm like, you know what? I treated myself yesterday. Now I'm going to treat my body like a piece of shit today. How do you feel about the fuck does that say? a possible breakout from Vance McDonald. I like Vance, actually. He's actually one of my sleeper picks in my draft guide, my BDG draft guide. Well, I like Vance. He still got to beat out Jesse James, which I don't think he'll have a problem doing, but Vance is a guy who tested at like major off the charts when it comes to athleticism. So he's in a good role. If he can win that starting job, he should see some good targets and provide some good value where you can get him in drafts. Top 5 picks for Dynasty. Some combo of DeAndre Hopkins, Odell Beckham, Todd Gurley, Zeke, and then I'd probably go Le'Veon. Or David Johnson and Antonio Brown. Kind of like fucking objective. Fuck, I didn't even realize that was Mike asking here in my Dynasty League, you fucking cunt. As far as Chi-Town goes, can you see Trubisky being a fantasy relevant quarterback? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think a lot of people are like really excited about a breakout from Trubisky, and it makes sense given all the changes that they have there and the new offense and coaches and weapons and stuff. And he's going to be a very good value in your draft. But at the same time, he's quarterback like 22. So in order for him to give value, like he'll end up finishing as like quarterback 14 maybe, but that's still not you can't start that in a 10-team league. So I'm not really looking to draft him in a 10-team league, maybe as your quarterback 2 or in like a keeper league. Any wide receivers in Chicago worth the shit except Robinson. Anthony Miller, man. Anthony Miller going for 8 tutties this year. Fag. That was really good season day. Very impressive. Very witty. Would you go running back in the first 4 rounds? What is that a question? My league has a tight end wide receiver slot instead of tight end. If I keep Bell and Kawhi Collins, should I go for a wide receiver first round, or would it be all right to get another RB like Sony if he's there? Would you be able to start all 4, Casey? If you can't start all 4, then it probably doesn't make sense. I would probably go wide receiver. How do you feel about Rex Burkhead PPR? I think, dude, I'd be happy owning Michelle and Burkhead. I actually think Burkhead's pretty close in value to Michelle, or I mean a little below, but semi-close in value to Michelle in PPR leagues. What else we fucking talking about? Ugh. You think a team should sign Terrell Owens? Yeah, dude, fuck it. There's so many shitty fucking receiving cores out there. Buffalo. Fucking sign T.O. But at the same time, like they should have done that 40 years ago, not wait 4 years until he's 4 years older. So I think a team should. I don't think they will. Thinking I could see value in Trey Burton like round 8, 9, 10. I like Burton as a value as well, but I'm not banking. Like I'm not going to be comfortable with him as my tight end 1. I think you're going to see a lot of touchdown-less weeks, and I don't see him putting up like 50-plus yards consistently. You like A-Rob this year as a wide receiver 2? Honestly, not really. I'd much rather him in my flex or wide receiver 3. I think Patrol probably could bounce back from a shitty season. Not really. There's not enough upside there in the Jets offense with Quincy Enunwa coming back. God going 101. Saquon. Did they make the pick, Mike? Did he fucking pick already or not? Oh, fuck me. Tell me he went. Fuckers, bro. Who took Zeke? You knew I wanted Zeke, you cunt. That's crazy. Yeah, so our the subscribers only Dynasty League just kicked off this morning. First 2 picks for Saquon and Zeke. Interesting. Fuck, man. Antonio, good pick, man. I wanted Zeke so bad at 5. That's why I traded down from 1 to 5, because I wanted Zeke and I figured he would be there at 4 or 5. You come for that. Where was I? Miller or Foreman? It's got to be Miller right now. Deonta Foreman's not even practicing yet. He might start the year on PUP. So as far as we're concerned right now, Miller is pretty much an RB2 just based on volume. Thoughts on Mike Gesicki? Pretty much staying away. Rookie tight ends just don't do it, man. They just don't really get it done. Evan Ingram obviously was a special case. He was like 1 in 100. Plus the situation was just ripe. There was no other weapons there. Will your New York experience be live? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna videotape the entire weekend and make an entire vlog out of it, like a whole video of the experience. So it's gonna be really cool. I'm sure throughout the weekend there'll be plenty of parts where we go live on Instagram and YouTube and shit. So yeah, definitely you'll be able to see plenty of it. Does Bryant sign anywhere? Yeah, he'll sign somewhere. They'll probably. There's no point of him. There's no point of him really rushing into a training camp and like having to battle for like a spot or something. He's a little older. He's just going to take care of his body and then eventually sign somewhere. I'm just waiting on Dez to go fucking ruin someone's receiving core for fantasy purposes. I hope he doesn't sign to the Packers, man. That would really fucking kill Devonta Adams' value because Bryant will start getting a lot of red zone targets. Who are your top 5 busts this season? Man, I did a video on that, Nicholas. That exact topic. And it's going to be in the draft guide, too. Will Michael Gallup be relevant this year with Hearns in Dallas? I don't think so. Dude, I'm all in on Allen Hearns as like one of the best values in fantasy football. Yeah, Devon. New York's going to be fucking sick, dude. Hearns or Cup. Ooh, that's close. That's really close for me. I'm probably going to go most value in a receiver from Washington. Yeah, I'll probably agree with Mike there. It's P. Rich, but realistically, I don't want any of them. I'm never going to be comfortable starting any of those guys on a weekly basis. I don't think. Where do you take Kelvin Benjamin in 12.5 PPR? Pretty late. I do think he's a great value just based on the volume he should get this year. So he's one of my later round guys I like. So maybe like 9th round, 10th round. Is there any later round wide receivers that would be good starting? Yeah, man. There's plenty after rounds 4 or 5. There's plenty of good wide receivers still left. I mean, even in round 4, like you could be looking at guys like Diggs that fall there. I love Chris Hogan. I really don't think there's ever going to be a point where Chris Hogan's ADP is too early for him to be picked. I think he's going to be a really solid wide receiver too. Who else we got? I love Emmanuel Sanders. I love Allen Hearns again, like I'm saying, as like a later round pick if you go running back early. Well, a lot of guys that are later in the draft that you can definitely capitalize on. Any of the rookie tight ends worth taking a shot on? I don't in redraft now. If it's just one one tight end starter, no. Do you see any value in John Kelly? Not outside of dynasty leagues in which you own Todd Gurley, no. ESPN or Yahoo? Yahoo. Higher ceiling this year, Ridley or Sanu? Definitely Ridley. Chicken and beer or sushi and wine? Ooh, depends, man. You with the boys or the girls? You with wifey? I'll probably take chicken and beer regardless. I fucks with chicken. That pizza extra crunchy. I told him to cook it, man. I told him to cook that bitch real nice to take. You know why? Because sometimes they undercook that shit, especially when you get toppings on it. You always got to do a little bit more cook because they undercook it and then it just gets fucking nasty and like just mad disrespectful what they do to my pizza. Yo, also guys, yeah, Austin, good point right there. Is it worth drafting handcuffs in a 10-team league? Nah, definitely probably not. Definitely probably not. It's a dumb fucking answer by me. Which group would you prefer, A or B, non-PPR? Robinson, Gronk, and Penny, Hilton, Olsen, and McKinnon. Give me B, Murray. Give me B for show. Do I email you? Yo, Mike, are you getting emails for the league, for the Dynasty League? Is it sending you out emails saying a pick has been made? Yeah, Austin, that's my man's right there. Oh, you are? Okay. I'm not getting the fucking emails for some reason. Whatever. I'm starting up a Dynasty this year. Yo, so what I'm gonna do, I don't listen to Pat Mayo, by the way, but yo, in July, I'm gonna be opening up a private forum. It's like a monthly membership or a monthly subscription. So it's a forum in which I will have different sections, and I'm gonna have a section in which you can organize leagues. So it's going to be basically a private community for anyone who follows me, like my audience on Big Dogs Fantasy, and you could join. And then inside that, you'll be able to, talk to other people that want to do like dynasty startups or join or create leagues and shit like that, along with bunch of other stuff. We'll just be kind of discussing shit in there. So it's like more of a closed forum rather than like the fucking madness that goes on in my YouTube comments and stuff. So that will be starting probably. I think I'm going to open it up July 1st. If you were in the top 50 pre-orders for my draft guide, I'm giving you 3 months free of that. It's going to be a monthly membership, though. How should I value rookies like Sutton or D. Hamilton, who might not produce this year, 12-man half PPR? I wouldn't overvalue them. I'll put it that way. I think people hype on fucking younger talent, younger unproven upside, younger unproven talent. So I wouldn't necessarily reach on them. If people are going to reach on the younger guys. Oh, there you go. I'm starting to make Odell Beckham 1-3. Mike, you up? Your boy is waiting there at 4 for you. By the way, I work at Domless. What's up, Austin? Pat Mayo sucks. Yeah, I don't listen to him. He does YouTube, right? It's like I don't have time to watch people's videos, to be honest with you. Put too much fucking time into create my own content and researching and shit. So only time to it was before playoffs. What will last year's man crush Chris Carson do? Dude, I fucking love Chris Carson last year. He's not gonna do shit. Yeah, I know, Mike, right? They got Penny, man. If they invested like a third or fourth or fifth round pick into a running back and not a first round pick into Penny, and they're just hyping him up and they're like, oh, this guy's gonna be our 3 down back and shit. Carson really doesn't have that much fucking value. Sucks, but I wish he went somewhere else. I wish he fucking got signed by a good team. Nick, what Redskins and Dolphins wide receiver will finish with most standard points? Yeah, Stills. I like Stills, Brown, or Hopkins, and Antonio. But, bro, what's your take on Marshawn Lynch? I think he's underrated, dude. Marshawn Lynch was RB8 last year in fantasy over the last 8 weeks of the season. They started feeding him the ball, and they were fucking playing good, man. He was playing really good. Really fucking good. He got better as the season went on, man. I think Marshawn's a good value. If you don't go running back early and you're looking for late round value, I think Marshawn is there. I know in your rookie sleepers vid, you like Traquan Smith a lot to beat out Ginn. I didn't necessarily say I think he'll beat out Ginn. I think that he would produce more if they gave him the opportunity. I don't think he'll come in there and beat out Ginn straight up, but I think he'll show plenty of flash plays. And Traquan Smith is a guy I really like in dynasty leagues. Shepard or Marquise Goodwin? You can give me Marquise Goodwin. I think Goodwin's probably going to be the most productive wide receiver on San Francisco. He's my highest ranked San Fran wide receiver. You like Wentz this year or Mike Glennon? Brandon, you're so fucking stupid. It's obviously Mike Glennon. Also, what do you think about the rookie wide receiver? I don't know much about him. I don't think he was a second rounder. Yeah, they traded up to get Dante Pettis. So Shanahan really likes Dante Pettis, and they're moving him around all over the offense, which is really good. I like him. I don't think he's going to have much redraft value this year, particularly, but he's also a really good special teams player and returner, so that's probably why they invested some picks on him too. So Pettis might be a better real life player this year than fantasy, but I think Pettis has good future upside. Got a motherfucking bug in here. DJ or Zeke in full PPR? Yeah, Mike said it. DJ for show. You think Jake Butt will be a viable option this year? Dude, I like Jake Butt, man. I like Butts. I like Jake Butts. If he can win that role, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people because you saw Case Keenum throw the ball to fucking Rudolph a lot. He likes that position. Jake Butt's the best one on their roster. I think he's sneaky, sneaky. Good win over Garcon. Why? Oh yeah, bro. Where did I put? You ain't following me on. I'm all out on Garcon this year, Nick. Read. Go find my post on Garcon for Instagram. If I didn't put it in one of my videos, I don't remember if he was in my bust video. I'm all out on Garcon. He's gonna fucking bust hard this year. Yeah, Brendan, I wouldn't say that's very bold. What's CJ Anderson's value? Dude, I think CJ Anderson is another late round running back that's going to give you some good value in standard leagues, especially. That goal line role, you'll hear about it too a little bit in my video tomorrow, which is Christian McCaffrey versus Devonta Freeman. Bro, get the fuck. Hard to tell which one more. I'm going to put some music on real quick. We only go in Action Bronson today. Hard to tell which one more perfect. Man, my order, my bitch. Y'all's demise will be televised. Yo, Mike, I pulled the trigger on that trade, by the way, in my Dynasty League. The Keenan Allen, Tariq Cohen in second round for Josh Gordon, LaShawn McCoy, and Adam Thielen. LeBronzo. Marvin Jones or Golden Tate half PPR? Good question. I'm actually going to go with Golden Tate there, Gavin. Jake Butt or Greg Kittle? I mean, George Kittle? I'm going to go George Kittle. More likely to play the large majority of snaps. Will we finish the first round today? I don't know. I reported your channel. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Report me all you want, dog. I deserve to be reported. I'm ignorant as hell. Yeah, I know, Mike. But dude, my starting lineup is fucking solid. It's Rodgers, Mariota as my two quarterbacks. Rodgers, Mariota. Rodgers, Mariota. I love Mike. I love when you get fucking mad at people's questions. Rodgers, Mariota, Leonard Fournette, Shady McCoy, Sony Michel, Adam Thielen, Josh Gordon, Sammy Watkins. My tight end. I think Njoku is my tight end, unfortunately. Sammy Watkins or Brandon Cooks. That's actually really close, Austin. Very close. I think I have them ranked back to back, to be honest with you. And I think I have Brandon Cooks higher than Watkins, but it's like really close. And I might move Watkins up ahead of Cooks. McCaffrey or McKinnon, full PPR. Full PPR, I think I'm going to go with McKinnon there, Mike. Saquon, AB, Kamara, 5th pick. What's the scoring settings? If Deonta Foreman's healthy, how long would it be before he's number one in Houston? What's up, Melvin? Dude, it's tough. I think if he was going into the summer as healthy and was able to compete all summer, he would have a realistic shot, but like he might not be even ready to like really roll at all until week 1, week 2. He might even be on the pup list. So like, yeah, it's going to take a long time for him to get back. And then it's just, I don't know. It's just not a good situation. So probably, I don't know. I don't really see him taking over as a full down back now, unless he comes back fully healthy prior to the season starting, which I don't think is going to happen. Baker or Tyrod for like what though? Tyrod's going to be the starter for now. Like, but I'd be shocked if Tyrod started the whole season. Mahomes or Keenum as a QB2 or streamer. Definitely Mahomes. Way more upside. PPR. Give me Antonio Brown there, Nick. Nick Vermerlin. What do you feel about Landry? I'm not one who really likes Landry that much, but I think if people are going to start devaluing so much that devaluing so much to the point where he's like a good value, then yeah, I'm okay with Landry. But he's not someone I'm reaching for sure. Nick V is trying to get your 5th pick. True. It wasn't a dynasty question though. Mike, you know you're on the clock, right? For our draft. That's a bold statement. His career is over. I'm in a keeper league. Got to keep 2. Kamara, Julio, Michael Thomas. I would go with. I would personally go with the 2 Saints players. White pizza, regular pizza. Yeah, all right. I didn't know if you knew. Obviously, take your time, of course. I just figured you would hop on. Figure that out. Who I thought you were going to take. Sony or Howard standard. Actually closer than people think for me, but I would still definitely go Jordan Howard there. For show. Spencer, you mean Spencer Ware going to have a legit role? No, not a legit role. He'll have a role, but not legit. It's hard to keep 2 in the same team. Listen, the way people always say like they don't want to stack, they don't want people on the same team. The way I see it is, listen, at the end of the day, no matter who you take, you personally have on your fucking fantasy team, these guys are going to end up with the same amount of fantasy points, right? Michael Thomas is going to score 250 fantasy points at the end of 2018. Alvin Kamara is going to do this. Julio Jones is going to do that. Whoever you think is going to have the most fantasy points between Michael Thomas and Julio Jones is the one you should pick. It doesn't matter if Kamara and Michael Thomas are on the same team. Those are the 2 guys with the highest number of fantasy points, right? If they're highest in your rankings, then yeah, you should take those 2. Michael wants to trade. Okay, interesting. Huh? Russell Wilson or Drew Brees? Go ahead, rank higher. I would take Russell Wilson there, Nick, but it's actually pretty damn close. Yeah, I go Russell Wilson. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like you can have worse stacks than the Saints. Drafting David Johnson number 1 too crazy? No. I mean, I wouldn't do it personally. I want Le'Veon Bell at the number 1, but if you want David Johnson, I can't really get mad at you. Mahomes or Rivers? That's a close one too. Let's see. I'd probably go Rivers. Mahomes starts off with such a bad early season schedule. I feel like you're not really going to be able to play him much in the beginning of the season. I got Mahomes around quarterback 14 or 15, maybe. Should I go running back heavy this year? Yeah, it's at least early. Yeah, I like going early. I like going early running backs. Worried that TJ Anderson will steal a lot of the first and second down work from McCaffrey. Yeah, I think TJ Anderson's gonna. Yeah, listen to my tomorrow the video I'm doing McCaffrey versus Devonta Freeman. That's my In the Muck Monday video. I think CJ Anderson is low key really good value, and he's just gonna be in that Jonathan Stewart role, and he's a younger version of um Jonathan Stewart and more elusive, and he'll be more effective than he was last year. League setting change. 6-point passing touchdown or 2 quarterback league? Good question. If I could choose one, I would prefer 2 quarterback league. But we had this discussion in my big money league last year. I tried to make it 2 quarterback, but instead we changed it to 6-point passing touchdown. It's not bad, but still think it doesn't really make that much of a difference in terms of making quarterbacks more valuable. Yeah, I see that, Mike. I'm not answering that fucking question, you dick. Your top 3 guys you respect the most in the fantasy football community, and your top 3 that you should stop producing content. So, word, have fun, Michael. Talk to you later. Let me go on Twitter and figure this out. I like Graham Barfield is one of my favorites right now. What else do I follow? I mean, obviously Evan Silva's up there. I don't really like as much as I like Roto World for a source of like news and stuff. I don't know. I feel like they get these storylines or these not biases, but they get a particular storyline in their head of a player, and like that's it. And they just push that to the masses. And it's like that opinion, and like anything else is like wrong, or like they think they're so ahead of fucking everybody else and everything. So it's like Roto World's kind of annoying from that sense. So I don't really like to put those guys as, I know they fucking work harder than pretty much anyone else in the industry, but like, I don't know. I don't always like their takes, or I don't like how they go about giving them sometimes. Also, I like, but yeah, Graham Barfield is definitely one of them. Evan Silva, of course, is a guy I like. Trying to find who the fuck else do I even follow? There are guys I like, but they're few and far between. John Paulson is a guy I really like from 4for4 Fantasy. He's always within like the top 10 rankings from Fantasy Pros. I think he's really good. Hard to tell which one more perfect, man. My heart or my bitch. Oh, I forgot to put. And I actually really like the fantasy footballers too. I think they're like pretty corny, but at the end of the day, I like their style, and I like what they're building there. I don't have a lot of guys that I would just say like I just stop producing content because I don't like worse fans. Here's the thing that people shit on. That's what, yeah, comp. That's exactly what I mean. Like their opinions are fucking annoying. Roto Underworld, bro. I tell you what, man. Roto Underworld. I just got on his podcast this summer, and I've been listening to it like nonstop. It's pretty fucking good. When I first started, I was like, dude, I can't stand this fucking guy. But I respected his work and the analysis he had, so I kept listening, and I kind of like him. It definitely grew on me. Roto Underworld is a good one. That's the guy who runs Player Profiler, for anyone that does not know that. So he's someone I do like. He has some fucking absurd takes too, though. Like if he gets on a player, like he's still pushing the Jeff Janis fucking role. And that's a shit like Jeff Janis. Like Roto World will take a player and then just push him and push him and push him and push him. And it's like, dude, no one would know this guy if you guys didn't have a weird fucking bias towards him. Like he's never proven anything. You guys like him, so you push him, and that's like all y'all do. So yeah, worst fantasy analyst is Matthew Berry or the field. So here's the thing, guys. A lot of people shit on like the big name brand guys, right? Like you see like Matt Berry and like Brad Evans from Yahoo get more shit than anyone in the industry. You'll have to understand though, those guys fucking built the industry. They were not fantasy analysts first. You got to understand, they're journalists. They're entertainers, right? That's where they came from. They majored in journalism. They have been writing for 20 fucking years. Their job is to write. It's not always to be the best fantasy football expert, right? If you're going to talk about like analysis, then you should be going to the guys who fucking who get in the numbers and run fucking projections and sheets like that. But for the most part, when you read an article from Matt Berry or Brad Evans, you realize like they always have these big openings, right? These big fucking paragraphs that start you off, getting you into the zone. It's because they're entertainers. They're journalists first, fantasy football analysts second, whereas a lot of the guys in the industry now are flopped. So you got to look at them from different perspectives when you look at the work that they do. You know what I mean? So I respect what they're doing because that's not their job. Their job is not to be the most accurate fantasy analyst. They're entertainers and journalists. That's my thought on that. What's on your head? What up, motherfucking Steve? Yo, Steve, how was your night, man? What's up? You have a good night, bro? Thoughts on Adam Leviton? I like Adam Leviton as well. I really like Adam Leviton. He's a cool, down-to-earth guy. He's one of the guys that actually has a personality in this fucking industry. Oh, my God. Adam Leviton's cool. He's like branching off. He kind of has the same fucking view of the industry as I do. He's like kind of over the bullshit. And he's kind of pivoting towards more of like a business sense and like a lifestyle sense of things. So I like Adam Leviton a lot. Who is the tight end to own in Dallas? I'm staying away from the entire situation. They barely have enough volume to go around for fucking one wide receiver. Alan Hearns, my dog. Yo, what it do? What up, Johnny? Yo, just showing, sorry if this has been asked, but what are your thoughts on third round reversal in drafts? I can't give you any really thoughts on it because I have no experience doing it, to be honest. I mean, I would be up for it because I like experimenting. Just ask your moms about that. But I've never done it personally, so I don't know. What's up, Santa? Hey, did you watch Fantasy Football live show from Minnesota? No, I didn't. I only listen to their podcast, but that's pretty cool. They have the same idea. They have the same idea that I have. They're so fucking good in a business sense. They're very business savvy when it comes to this industry. That's the reason why fantasy footballers are making far more fucking money than any fucking business or platform out there right now because they're so good at marketing and business sense, and they do shit like that where they go on tours. You would never fucking see like Evan Silver or Adam Leviton do stuff like that. That's the kind of way I'm trying to push the industry and my brand. You know, I want to be more of a community-based thing, and in a few years I want to eventually do tours like that. We're taking the draft weekend motherfucking global. We go in New York, we go in London, we go in Aussie, we go in Dubai, we go in South Africa. Any under the radar rookie running backs? I mean, I feel like none of them are really under the radar at this point because you just so much fucking analysis out there. But I'll give you my order in rankings if that helps. Obviously it's Barkley, Michelle, Geis, Rashad Penny, Royce Freeman, Ronald Jones, Kerryon Johnson, someone who I think you get a lot later than most of the backs that has tons of upside. Did you get food without me? Yeah, fucker, you left my house. Like, you didn't say for me. I asked you what I should order. You said Chinese food and you left my house. You're like, I gotta go home and shit. You didn't tell me you wanted to fucking order food. Fucking POS. What player would you recommend drafting for early week success, like 1 through 4 or 1 through 6? They want to be traded away for high value because of their schedule. I'll probably make a video on that later in the summer. But off the top of my head, I haven't really looked at strength of schedules for skill players yet, to be honest. Comeback fantasy player of the year is probably DJ. Or OBJ. I actually think OBJ might have a bigger year than DJ because I think DJ's expectations might be fucking unrealistic because he ain't scoring 20 motherfucking touchdowns again. Ya Feelz. Ya Feelz. How we doing? Essentials for draft day. Let's see. Obviously, laptop, rankings, Casamigos, tequila, donuts, Monster, White Monster, headphones. That might be it. Those are the only essentials. A lot of shit you can fucking put in between the middle of that, though. Will you be doing DFS videos? No, I will not. I might bring on someone to do like just the DFS portion of Big Dogs. I don't do DFS, though. I don't even play DFS, so I don't do the analysis for it. Saw. What the fuck is that? Oh. Will Kerryon Johnson finally get my lines 100-yard rushing game at some point this year? Yeah, I'm going to say he does it. I'm going to say Kerryon Johnson goes for a hundo one game. Is Edelman a good early 5th round pick? No. Especially not if he's fucking suspended for 4 games. I would wait on that. Big Dogs in the house. Hey. What up, Laramie? What up, Laramie? I'm Mike Lowry. I look like a fucking piece of shit right now. I really do. I'm hurting, dog. I need a massage. I gotta wash my sheets too. Thank you. Don't love it. My man's Ryan Grant, Albert Wilson, and Chad Williams. Fucking none of the above, please. How deep is the league you're talking? And are we talking full PPR or what? Casamigos. That's what I'm saying. Bro, we murdered an entire bottle of Casamigos yesterday in like 1 hour. It was $60 and we just fucking finished it. Oh, my neck hurts. 14 team. Yeah, Nicholas, what you got, bro? Are you good at DFS? Also just partnered up with a cool company called Thrive Fantasy Football. They're like a semi DFS platform, but weekly. Basically, they give you a certain amount of picks. So it's like 18 picks or something. And they give you player prop bets. So you pick like, I don't know, like 15 or 18 different player prop bets. So it'll be like Christian McCaffrey over under 4.5 receptions. And you pick that one, right? The over or the under, and you bet a certain amount of chips on it or something. And you do that for like 15 different prop bets. It's actually sick. So I partner with them, and I'm probably going to do a section in each one of my videos that pertains to that. So it's kind of like DFS a little bit. 14 team PPR, 5th round keeper is Diggs, last round Josh Gordon, drafting 2nd overall. Would you trade the 2 and 27 for the 11 and 18? No, I wouldn't trade the 2. I wouldn't give up the 2. Is one of the fucking is one of the elite running backs going to be left at 2 between Bell, Gurley, Zeke, David Johnson? If one of those guys are there, I would stick. Are there any rookies you're completely avoiding? It depends on the value. I probably won't end up with Ronald Jones on my team because he's going to get drafted a lot higher than I would like him. I'm late to the party. What's up, dude? Yeah, I'm done with tequila till next weekend. Later, Brower. Thoughts on fantasy football counselor? Oh, there you go. See, that guy's that's one guy I will be like, yo, that guy's out of control. I think he's got like mental issues, to be honest with you, though. I got to give it to him, though. He's good at marketing, man. He built up he took the platform that fantasy football analysts who are big right now don't want to get on. All the bigger guys. See, that's the other problem with the fantasy football industry. None of them want to fucking do anything different, right? They built their following through fucking Twitter and through blogging. And they don't realize that Instagram is by far and away the biggest fucking platform in the world right now, social media wise, and attention. And that's where the fucking eyeballs are. So this guy, fantasy football counselor, is the biggest fantasy football Instagram account. And I'm sure he makes a fuckload of money because he has those eyeballs there. You know what I mean? So I think he's fucking out of control because I do think there's something wrong with him, but I got to give it to him from a business sense, man. He's not bad. Who's the dude in the picture behind you? Sorry, I'm old. That's Chance the Rapper. He's one of my favorite artists. He came up. He's really fucking young. One of the best rappers out. One of the best artists all around. He's very talented. He could sing. He could play the instruments. He could rap. Super young. He came up completely independent. Did not sign to a record deal because he believed in himself and he put himself above the money, and it paid off. And I respect the fuck out of that. And he is motivation for me in that sense. You're going to be sweating your balls off in that suit. Yeah, Mike, I'm fucked, huh? I thought of that as soon as I got it. I was like, this is a pretty thick suit with some 2Cs in that thick shit. I'm fucked, man. Yo, what's up? What up, Chris? Yo, Chris, I saw your email. You're good. July 1st. I don't know if I put that in the agreement or not. But yeah, I got you. You can get that to me. You don't have to get it. I'm not gonna cut you out. Don't worry. Hello, bro. How are you? How are you, Tom Jimmy? Is that your real fucking name, Tom Jimmy? I saw. Have you ever experimented with fantasy college football? No. I didn't even know they had that, to be honest. Counselor can come off a tough, but his takes are pretty much spot on. Followed him for 2 years. Yeah. I honestly just learned about him now because I'm starting to get more into Instagram and trying to build my platform on there. And I found him through that. And now he's doing YouTube shows. Dude, he doesn't I honestly believe that the shit that I put out, the content I put out, is more in depth and like better than fucking anyone especially anyone that does YouTube by far, anyone that does video content. But like Roto World obviously gets in the fucking grit and the numbers like through a blogging content, like blogging avenue as much as me, easily. Gotcha. I'm 40, man. He's asking my time. Yeah, it's okay, man. It happens. You had some you were there for the golden age of rap. I could respect that. Counselor didn't even have Kareem Hunt ranked in the top 20. I mean, I respect hot takes like that, because if you think a player is gonna bust, if you're like, oh, I really don't like this guy, like, don't move him from fucking the 7th ranking to the 9th ranking. Like, if you think he's gonna bust, and fucking take him out, bro. Football, I've done well, better in basketball. I'm eventually gonna have to start fucking, if I want to build this thing into a full-time business, I'm gonna need to start figuring out ways to, I guess, build revenue outside of just football season. Unless I could build so much motherfucking revenue during football season, I don't have to worry about the other parts of the year, but probably unlikely. I've not looked at his site. Yeah, I didn't even know he had a site. I know he sells like some kind of course on how to draft or something. And I thought about purchasing it just to see from like a marketing sense what it actually is, but I feel like it's probably bullshit. And I don't know. Has anyone purchased? Have you guys purchased that draft fucking whatever he sells? The Fantasy Football Counselor, his draft fucking course or something? Allen Robinson or Amari Cooper? What kind of scoring? I'll probably go Amari Cooper there, Mika. If I had to grab one running back from Denver's Rolls Royce or Book. Royce straight up, definitely. But Booker might be the better value. I think Royce is going to end up going in like the 6th round, and then Booker will probably go in like the 10th round. Yeah, Mika, I would go Cooper, definitely in full PPR. What would you do in a 12-man full PPR 2 flex league? Oh my God. I tell you what, bro. I ain't that flexible anymore. I gotta start foam rolling again. My shit's all fucked up. I tried a weird position last night. Almost snapped my whole shit up trying to fucking clap cheeks. What would you do in a 12-man woman? That 11 tight ends are gone by the 6th round. I would be like, let's fucking go, because the people who are drafting are retarded, and you get to take advantage of there being really good flex spots still open. Then if people are taking fucking 11 tight ends in the first, are you talking about you start 2 tight ends or 2 flexes? If someone takes 11 tight ends, bro, in the first 6 rounds, you're gonna be able to get some fucking steals, man. Campaign? What the fuck's wrong with you, Yuki? So yeah, I would say keep loading up on flex. Don't worry about that. And then later, maybe that's maybe a good example of maybe when I would draft a Tyler Eifert or Jordan Reed as one of my tight ends. So my bad, Hollywood. You know that's just me, dog. If you put me on live stream, the freaking curses are coming out left and right, bro. I can't help that, man. I'm from New Jersey. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Casey. Hollywood. No, I'm actually mad flexible, to be honest with you. Watch, you ready? Oh. I could dead ass touch my toes flat. I'm very flexible for a guy. Shirky boy, shirky. Use campaign. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Thoughts on the Jets backfield? Isaiah Crowell might have some value if you get him late, but I don't know. I don't want a guy in a fucking committee on a bad team. Where I got this shirt from? I got it from my job. My backfield for Dynasty League is Derrick Henry, Jamal Williams, Marlon Mack, Devontae Booker, and Ronald Jones. Does that backfield make you sick or what? Dude, a lot of potential there, man. A lot of potential. There's a good chance one of those 4, Derrick Henry, Jamal Williams, Marlon Mack, Ronald Jones, one of those 4 is going to finish in the top 20, probably top 15, maybe even better. I don't really hate it, but it might hurt a little bit in the beginning of the season. No, I got the shirt at I don't remember if it was H&M. Either H&M or yeah, I think it was H&M. Bruh. What the fuck? What do you mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck, Sir Bongs? Don't WTF me. Thoughts on Jack Doyle? I like Jack Doyle. I like Jack Doyle a lot as a later round tight end this year. He was sneaky really good last year without Andrew Luck, and he's going to be the tight end one there. I don't give a shit about Eric Ebron. Jack Doyle, good late round tight end. We out here. You don't work a just over broke? What? The hell are you talking about, Nicholas? Who are you picking at 105? I don't know. Depends who Mike picks. Do you ever look at players as game logs with regards to huge game spikes, then multiple game lulls or high floor, low ceilings? Yeah, I mean, I think consistency is. I was about to say you don't work a job. Yeah, I was just fucking with you. Do you ever look at players' game log with regards to huge game spikes and then multiple game lulls? Yeah, I mean, I think I just read this. I think there's something fucking wrong with my brain. Actually, that's what happens when you drink fucking 30 marks. Yeah, consistency is definitely a thing for me. Thoughts on David Njoku and Jake Butt? Low ceiling, kind of. I have to pee, guys. I'll be right back. I got to pee really fucking bad. Saw, dudes. Saw. I'm really rock on any block. Say he picks Gurley. TJ, get out of my face, bro. Whatever you do, don't pick Hopkins. I don't think Hopkins is going to fall to me, to be honest. I think Mike's going to take him at 4 if he doesn't trade. Drafting late quarterback is a draft. Is it good to draft 2 quarterbacks to stream with 6 bench spots? 6 bench spots. That's pretty small. How big is your starting lineup? How many players do you start in your lineup? I'm not against if you do late round quarterbacks. I'm not against picking 2 quarterbacks, but I would also probably be the last person in the league to pick a quarterback if I'm you. Ajayi, Collins, Drake for standard. So close. Drake would be my last. I think I would go Jai. I think you have the order right there. Jai, Collins, Drake. Are you expecting Watson to do just as well as he was doing? And do you think Cam will return to Super Cam at some point? No, I think Watson is going to disappoint a lot of people. His efficiency, guys, his touchdown percentage, his touchdown passing percentage was like 9.7%. Why did I? Oh, 9.7%. Y'all probably just got an email from me about my draft guide. So 1 week left to get it at pre-order pricing, fellers and ladies, if y'all ladies out there. So yeah, Watson's touchdown percentage was at like 9.3%, which was higher than Brady's fucking touchdown percentage during his 50 passing touchdown year, higher than Peyton Manning's touchdown percentage in his 55 touchdown year. So it was an unbelievably spiked high touchdown rate. That is so unsustainable. Boomstick, baby. You're so right, Mike. I can't believe I didn't have this fucking pumping. Dude. It's only Action Bronson from here on out, baby. When do I take a kicker? Last round. Sometimes I don't take a kicker, just out of fucking respect for myself. Don't take a kicker anywhere before the first round. Do yourself a favor. What about Cam? Yeah, Cam. I think I have Cam as my number 2 ranked quarterback this year. Maybe number 3. I think it's A-Rod, Tom Brady, Cam, or maybe Cam before Tom Brady, actually.
Opportunity be knocking. Opportunity be knocking. Time to let a motherfucker in.
Yeah, man, I'm in on Cam. Cam, dude, the last like 10 games of the season last year, he averaged over like 10 or 11 rushing attempts a game. He was really going in on the ground. And I think they carry that open. Like he can only benefit from the weapon upgrade as well. He's getting Greg Olsen back. They bring in Torrey Smith, who's going to replace like Ted Ginn from a couple of years ago. You know, they bring in DJ Moore. Like it's all upside with Cam, in my opinion. I'm not gonna bank on him being like a top 3 fantasy quarterback, but like I think he's gonna be really good. Would you be okay drafting Chris Hogan in the 5th as your wide receiver 2 in PPR leagues? 5th is probably a little bit early considering his ADP is so much farther back than that. But I would say 6th is good. Yeah, I'd be fine with 6th, but it's still probably a reach compared to where you might go in your league. I think Lamar Jackson starts this year at some point. Dude, I don't know. It's a really intriguing storyline. A lot of people are saying like Joe Flacco is like really fucking pumped up about this, or he's really fired up about all the bullshit that's going on this offseason, and he's ready to roll. So it's going to be interesting to see if they just wait on Lamar Jackson for a year. Is Matt Ryan a good late round target? Yes, I like Matt Ryan a lot as a late round target because his touchdown percentage dipped really low last year, way below the career average. So going back up this year, that offense. The Falcons offense ranked 2nd in yards per drive, 3rd in yards per play, 1st in time of possession per drive, but 15th in points per game. They were a really good offense last year. Matt Ryan was still graded out as one of the best quarterbacks per PFF in the NFL last year. They just couldn't close. Their red zone fucking plan was absolutely fucking trash. They really need to stop feeding Julio the ball down there. As much as I love him, he is not what we want him to be. And that's fine. Just give Freeman the ball. Pass Freeman the ball. Get your best player, your best playmaker in space, and let him do his thing, baby. Matt Ryan, good late round quarterback. Are you still high on Winston with the suspension if you're not drafting him in a 10-team league? If it's a 3-game suspension, I'm not going to draft him. If he can drop it down, I would probably take him still. My God. I'm sweating, man. I'll tell you what, that's what pizza does to you. I'm working off that motherfucking pizza. And a 12-team league, I prefer to take Matt Ryan. Yeah, that's fine. Eminem or Jay-Z? It's Jay-Z for me. It's not even fucking close. I do like Eminem, of course, but Jay-Z's an all-timer for me. So where do you got Joe F ranked? Who's Joe F? Joe Flacco, you mean? Oh, I think he's my 30th ranked quarterback. I think he's literally QB 30 in my rankings. Better quarterback in the NFL, not just fantasy. It's hard to say that because like teams are starting to adapt more to like building their offense around their quarterback. So like Mariota might be the better quarterback, but if they put him into a wrong system, then he's going to look like the worst quarterback. So it's like I think it's dependent on how good the coaches are in the system that he's in to see how well the quarterback can play. Just off raw talent, I really like Winston, man. I think he's got all the tools. He's just a little reckless sometimes. And I think the coaching staff in Tampa Bay is just fucking trash. So I would say Winston. But again, if they use Mariota right, like he could be really great. Thoughts on Al Robinson, Jordan Howard this year? Not reaching on either of those guys, but I'm fine if they fall to me at a value. I'm not avoiding them. I'm not reaching, not avoiding those guys. You know, I think Allen Robinson, I'm probably a little bit lower on at his ADP compared to where Jordan Howard is at his ADP. Scumbag. Yeah, no, it's definitely close. I mean, neither of them have really put it all together because they're either hurt or they're often like something stupid has fucking happened with them. Like Jameis. I'm actually a little nervous for Jameis like fucking future because bad shit just keeps happening to him. Anthony Miller, and it's funny you're asking about a dynasty league, bro. I would take you. How do you feel about McCoy this year? Well, I just traded for him in a dynasty league, basically a 1-year rental. I think there's nothing on that offense. He's going to have enough volume to put himself back into the top 12 RBs. Dynasty League full point PPR got offered Hunt for Michael Thomas. My top 3 RBs are David Johnson. No, I'm keeping Michael Thomas here. Not even close for me, Anthony Miller. Or if you're getting Michael Thomas, and take that trade. If you're keeping Michael Thomas, then keep him. Rashard Matthews or Robbie Anderson. I'll take Robbie, probably, just because, I mean, I like Rashard. Consistency is always there, but, like, he's not like someone you want to have in your starting lineup really ever. Top 5 favorite defenses this year. To be honest, I haven't really looked into defenses much, but I mean, Jacksonville, obviously, LA Rams with all the additions they made, Baltimore Ravens. I like the Falcons as a low-key good defense. What is the earliest round you would draft? Edelman. Hey, there's an order. Let's go. What's the earliest round you would draft Edelman at 1 point PPR, knowing your league drafts quarterback and tight end early? I can easily replace him for 2 weeks. I'm probably gonna pass on Edelman until maybe. Well, how big is your league, Jason? Baby, you can call my name. Baby, you can call my name. I'm probably not going to even look his way until the 6th round. Probably 6th round is the earliest I'd take him. How do you feel about Green Bay's receivers? Do you think guys like Jamal Moore could have underrated value? Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be a really interesting situation to see how the Packers wide receiver corpse plays itself out. I don't think it's as clear-cut as Devonta Adams, Randall Cobb, Geronimo Allison, rookies. I think that, like, 2 through fucking 5 role, completely up in the air. Cobb is likely going to get that 2 spot, but I don't think it's close as far as everyone thinks. Who has more probability to remain a starter, Lamar Miller or Marlon Mack? Lamar Miller. Bichelle. We have no idea if Deonta Foreman's even going to come back this year. You think Doug Martin worth a pick? No, not at all. I would much rather have Marshawn Lynch, who I think is a great value right now in drafts. Marshawn Lynch was really good over the second half of last year. He got way better. Yards per carry went up. He was the 4th most elusive back over the last 8 weeks of the season per PFF. And he was like a top 8 fantasy running back. What are your thoughts on Timeout? I think he can end up as the best RB. I'm out on Timeout this year, to be honest with you. I don't see him ever getting like double-digit carries or anything like that. I think he will play a role in the offense, but there's no way he's like the lead running back there. Devonta Adams at his current ADP or Cobb is a value pick. Well, what do you, Mike? What do you say Devonta Adams' ADP is? I see some sites that have him at like 15, and then some sites that have it at like fucking 27. Have you listened to XXX? Yeah, bro. I just started getting into XXX Tentacion like a couple months ago. RIP, man. Good kid. Well, trying to get good. Did bad things, but trying to get better as a person. He has some good vlogs out, actually. If you enjoy vlogs on YouTube, X started putting out some a couple months ago. He's a sad kid, man. He was a sad kid. I feel bad. But yeah, some of his music's really, really fucking good. He's a really talented kid. Do you do free leagues? Let me know. We're only money leagues. I personally only play in money leagues. So I'm about that cream boss. I'm about that action boss. However, I was just mentioning in July, I am starting a private forum, a private community for my audience, my Big Dogs audience. It's going to be a monthly subscription that you could join, and it's going to be private with any of you guys that want to join. And there will be a section where you guys yourselves can organize fantasy leagues within there, so that if you guys want to start leagues, whether it's a dynasty startup or a redraft or whatever you want to do, free, paid, whatever, you guys can do that within the within that private community. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Cobb or Robbie Anderson? Give me Randall Cobb there, Austin. In our league, we get 1 point for every completion. How would that affect your quarterback rankings? I'd have to dive into the numbers more, but obviously that goes back to quarterbacks that throw the ball more, right? High pass attempts like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Look at the pass attempts numbers. Matthew Stafford is always ranked within like the top 5 in pass attempts over the last like 7 years, so he gets a boost, right? Whoever's throwing the ball more likely to have more points from that. Hey. All right, I need some fucking bullshit. Why do I have 7 emails and fucking 7? Bro, all I do is fucking get anxiety.
Like the way it sounds, Shorty? Yeah. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, blowing fire like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn.
Fuck out of here like I ain't that
savage. 2 Uzis and a rifle. It's like I'm in the studio with Michael. You can hear me dancing on the beat.
Bam, bam, about to put a mansion on the beach.
100 Latins in your lobby. That's
What happens when you fuck around with body? Do I watch the league? No. I mean, I know what it is. I haven't like watched it consistently. So, which Rams receiver will have the best year in standard leagues? My man's Cooper Kupp, bro. My man's Cooper Kupp. About to pop the fuck off. Cooper Kupp, the white Keenan Allen. You done heard it here first. Hi, Nick. Hey, Sonny. What's up, Sonny K? Melvin Gordon versus Dalvin Cook versus Fournette in the first round. Full PPR, I'm going to go Melvin Gordon. I'm going to go Gordon, Fournette, Dalvin Cook. If you don't draft Laney Walker, which late round tight end would you try to get? I don't want to put myself in that position. I want to make sure I get Walker or someone before him. I guess my favorite later round guys are George Kittle, Jack Doyle, Vance McDonald. I like Benjamin Watson coming back to the Saints. He had that big year with New Orleans in 2015. He also led the Ravens in receiving last year. So even coming off the injury, he bounced back to have a good year. So Ben Watson, that's late. That's obviously later. You're not trying to start him in like a 10-team league, but keep an eye on there. Thoughts on the Bucs offense with Winston getting suspended? I don't think it's that big of an impact, to be honest with you, in terms of fantasy purposes. I think it's a little bit of a downgrade for Mike Evans, but nothing major for me. Late round pick, Kenny Golladay or Paul Richardson? Golladay. I think Galladay's upside is way bigger. Favorite draft slot in 10-team snake redraft? One of the first 4 picks, or like or 8 to 10. Yeah, I like Stafford a lot, especially if he like should be like the 8th quarterback off the board, but if he ends up falling to like 12th or 14th or something, then I think he is the guy you want at quarterback. Yo, what the fuck? There's a fly coming around here. Y'all didn't know I had a motherfucking samurai sword, did you? How do you think the Lions will do this year? Ooh, that's really cold. Feels kind of good, actually, though. As I just fucking chop my head off on live YouTube right now. I should probably put that sword down. I like the Lions this year. I like their offense a lot. How do you feel about Taylor Gabriel? Definitely unstartable in redraft leagues. I got Adams. I'm not really hyped on him, and I'm not going to be owning Taylor Gabriel anywhere. I got Adams at wide receiver 8 off the board. Yeah, I think that's great. I would love to get Adams at that spot. I have him ranked ahead of AJ Green. He's right there with like Julio. I think like his touchdown upside is up there with anyone in the league, of course. $1,000 per person, 10-team dynasty league. As of now, all money goes to first place. Should we consider splitting it up to the top 3 teams or keep it the same? 10-team, I like. Here's what I do in my big money league for 10 teams. We do that the first place gets the majority of points. I mean, the first place, whoever wins the championship, gets a lot of points. We also do second place gets, I think it's like maybe 2x or 2.5x the buy-in. We also do whoever scored. Okay, so 50. We also do a little bit of a pot for whoever scored the most points in the regular season, and then a little bit for whoever finished first place standings in regular season. So first, second, most points, first place in regular season. Some people might not agree with that because obviously you don't win shit in first place. But, I mean, the season's long. So if you go first place, throughout the entire season, you score the most points, like that should be a pot. What I'm thinking of doing for the startup that I just did, like the big dogs only, the big dogs got to eat. Oh, my God. What I want to do, and I don't know, I haven't talked to anyone in my league yet about this. I don't know if they'd want to do it. Since if you're in a dynasty league, what I think is pretty cool, like say you're just, just an example. If your buy-in is $100 a year, take $10 of everybody's buy-in, put it into a side pot, and then if anyone goes undefeated, if anyone fucking sweeps an entire season, they get that entire side pot. So it might build up for like 7 years. And then if someone goes, if someone fucking clears out the entire season, wins every game, they get that side pot. It's going to be a fat money. And it's not taking away a lot from the first place, right? It's like $10 a person. So I think that's a cool idea that I have not yet seen implemented. David Njoku as a sleeper. I don't think there's enough ceiling there in that offense. There's too many weapons. Bowling Storm. Alkaline. I have the number 1 pick in mocks. I've been getting Bell, McCoy, and Freeman. Any problem going? No problem at all. If you could start all 3, I like that start a lot. A lot on Mike Williams standard. I don't know. I don't really care for him in redraft leagues. I do like him a little bit more than a lot of the other guys that are probably being picked around him just because Hunter Henry got hurt. So there's going to be a lot of openings in the red zone and near the end zone. So not someone I'm like targeting as a sleeper, particularly. Rookies who missed their first year historically have just really put a damper on their progression as a player. I have the 8th pick, 12-team full-point PPR. Assuming the top RBs are gone along with Brown, Barkley, or Kamara, doesn't fall to me. At which point would you draft Hopkins? Would you take Gordon or Hunt? Full PPR, I do like Hopkins. I would probably go Melvin Gordon there, though, in full PPR because he was very highly involved in the passing game this year. They're saying he might be even more involved. His workload floor is very safe, so I like Melvin Gordon there. And where would you rank Fournette, Gordon, Cook, and Standard? Sports fan, I would rank it just like that. That exactly how you said it. DJ or Zeke? I'm going to go DJ or Zeke. What kind of scoring league, bro? Boiling Storm. What kind of scoring? Who is your breakout player for 2018? Any position? Good question. I have my breakout videos coming out now, so you're going to have to stay tuned for that. My running back ones I just did. It was Jerick McKinnon, Joe Mixon, and Sony Michel. I got my wide receiver one coming out this Wednesday, my wide receiver breakouts for this year. There's 3 of them on that list. Then I'm going to do quarterbacks. I'm going to do tight ends. So you're just going to have to stay tuned, my man. I'm sorry. I don't like to keep y'all wait. I don't want to give you fantasy blue balls here, but y'all going to have to wait, boy. You're going to have to wait, boy. Hello, white America. That's the name of character. Outside of Lee, which wide receiver to own Jags? 0. I'm completely staying away from that situation. There is no shot you're going to be able to correctly guess on a week-to-week basis which Jags wide receiver you want to start. It's a messy wide receiver core with a low-volume passing attack. I am staying away from that. You're my Coco. I don't know what that means, Trae Young. MVP. Saw, dude. Super Bowl prediction, I have the Falcons over the Steelers. Bro, dude, I'm with you, man. I think the Dirty Birds are getting back in there. It's their fucking year. It's their fucking year, bro. We in here. How many wins you got the Broncos at this year? Bro, their division really ain't that nice anymore. The Chiefs' defense is going to be trash. The Raiders are trash. Who else is in their division? The Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers. Chargers are a good team. I would give the Broncos. What's their over under right now? I wonder from Vegas. I'm gonna check that out. Broncos are at. What is it? I don't need a fucking entire article. Just show me what the fucking over-under is. Oh, God. Over 7. Oh, yeah. I would give them definitely 7 wins. They were, what, 5-11 last year? And now they have Case Keenum at quarterback? Yeah. Yeah! Six and a half. Yeah, dude, I really like the over-under. I like the over there. Yeah, that's why CJ. That shit can suck. Not a big money pot for the person who comes in first place in the regular season, but like just a little something, right? You worked goddamn hard, killed the waiver wire all year probably, and then just got one unlucky loss. Favorite color? Blue, I guess. I don't fucking know. Who gives a shit about a color? We have a rollover pot. 20% goes to a pot that you have to win back-to-back season. That's a cool. I like that. That's cool. You prefer PPR standard leagues. I prefer half-point PPR and nothing besides that. Full PPR, can I pick my first wide receiver in the third round? We'll get good value. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm good going running back, wide receiver. I know that you have argued this, but I'm really split between Adams and Allen, sliding towards Adams because Keenan has more medical issues. Which one would you take in standard? Good morning, Ignacio. Good morning, my man. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. In a standard league, you know what? So close. I would probably go. I'm gonna go Devonta Adams. As long as they don't sign another pack, as long as they don't sign like Des Bryant in the offseason, I'll go Adams there in a full standard league. What's wrong with you, Jaden? You good? Are we good, Bri? Derrick Henry or Darius Guice half point? I don't know who I have in my rank. I think I have Darius Guice. Yeah, give me Darius Guice there. He's a famous chess player. Does he know you're fucking profiting off his name? Alakine? Does he know that shit? I don't think he'd be too fucking happy about it. I think he'd be looking to checkmate your ass. What are your expectations for Adam Thielen and Juju Smith-Schuster? I think Adam Thielen is going to disappoint a little bit based on his ADP. I would rather have Stephon Diggs than Adam Thielen. Juju Smith-Schuster, I absolutely love. I have Thielen ranked above Juju. I think Thielen is my wide receiver maybe 13 or 14, and then Juju's right behind him. So I love Juju this year. T.Y. or Josh Gordon in the third round, best ball. T.Y. for me, for show. I'm expecting Andrew Luck to be back for week 1. I think he's going to be ready to roll. Thus, T.Y. is a steal right now in best ball drafts. Guys, if you have not joined the draft app where you can do best ball drafts, it's really good practice for your fantasy football leagues. Go to draft.com/BDGE. If you sign up with that promo code BDGE, you will get a free $3 entry into a money league. Really good practice. So draft.com/BDGE. Use the promo code BDGE, and you'll get free $3 entry. I highly recommend it. I've already done like 20 drafts this offseason. Super helpful. You don't even know me. I'm going to Snapchat you guys from a girl. She don't believe I'm live streaming with you guys. Probably thinks I'm out hoeing. Everyone say hi. Say hi in the chat. Hi. Sir Bong's Lot says hi. They love you. They love you. Howdy, damn. All right. Back up. You guys trying to steal her? Relax. I think they like you too much. Zam. Where are we at? Kamara or Hopkins, full PPR. Give me Alvin Kamara. Zeke or David Johnson, full point PPR. Give me David Johnson for show. Kyle Rudolph or Greg Olsen. Greg Olson. In which round do you draft Dez if he still is a free agent? If he's still a free agent, I'm not even touching him. I don't care. I really don't care. Yeah, don't exactly what Austin Green just said. Hi, howdy, how y'all doing? Saw. What rookie receivers do you see doing well? From a redraft purpose, I really am not high on any of the receivers realistically, except for, wait on it, Anthony Miller of the Chicago Bears. 8 touchdowns this year. You heard it here. 8 touchdowns for Anthony Miller this year. You done heard it here first and foremost. Where would you take Antonio Brown in a dynasty league? Mike, I wouldn't even touch him. I would let him fall to round 2, pick number 12. Best rookie to target, not named Barkley. Sony Michel and Darius Geis. What's your thoughts on Jalen Samuels? I would go Sony Michel based on value because you can get him like 3 rounds after Geis, but I like both guys. Best rookie, what's your thoughts on Jalen Samuels? Nothing more than a handcuff right now. Other than Barkley, which 3 rookie? Damn, y'all are fucking hitting me with a lot of the same questions. I like a lot of the rookie running backs this year, man. It's a good class for fantasy purposes. Are you high on Baldwin PPR? Yes, I'm very high on Baldwin. I like getting Baldwin as my wide receiver 1. If you go running back, maybe running back, you can probably get Baldwin in the 3rd or 4th round as your wide receiver 1. They get rid of Jimmy Graham. They get rid of Paul Richardson. Baldwin should have a ton of opportunity in that offense. I'm breaking this wrong. Who's the Detroit now? I thought Luke Wilson was in Detroit, and I know Nick Vanette's in Seattle, but he's not the starter. 12-man PPR league. What round would you take Mark Ingram? Like 7th, maybe. Probably 7th. Devontae Adams or Mike Evans, full PPR. Devontae Adams. For me, that's not close. Thoughts on Lynch with him being drafted around the 7th round PPR? I think that's a little bit high in PPR. I do think Lynch is a really good value, but I think I would probably start looking at him in the 8th round or later because there obviously is risk with a more crowded backfield. I think Trey Burton will be relatively successful. I think people banking on like a breakout year, though, are going to be disappointed. I think Trey Burton is – listen, Chicago – Trubisky is not going to throw for 28, 30 touchdowns, right? I think Chicago would be happy if he threw for 20 to 22 probably. They're going to run it a lot of spread. I don't think Trey Burton's going to be a guy that you can count on to score more than like 5 touchdowns on the year. And, you know, if a tight end's not scoring more than 5 touchdowns, it's very hard for them to be a successful player in fantasy football. You know, if he scores 5 touchdowns out of like 22 passing touchdowns, it's a pretty high percentage of a team's touchdown total. So, you know, they have Tariq. They have all those weapons there, of course. So I think realistically, he's going to put up a lot of weeks that are like 50 receiving yards, 40 receiving yards, and not be great. But I don't think he's going to disappoint necessarily. But I don't think his ceiling is as high as people think. Evans or Green in Dynasty? Mike, honestly, I'm fucking not answering any more Dynasty questions from you. I'm done with you fucking trying to sneak them shits in there. You little hoe. Damn, I've been on here for a minute. It's almost 2 hours. Y'all want me to keep going? We're in 1:48. I mean, I can go all motherfucking day. Your boy's got stamina. Not in bed, but for fucking live stream, I'll go all motherfucking night. You don't even know me. You think Cam Meredith takes over the Willie Snead role and has similar production? Dude, I like Cam Meredith this year. I really do. I think he could surprise people and wind up with like 6 to 7 touchdown receptions. I think that he was so talented, man. I wish that fucking ACL injury didn't happen because he was on like every one of my breakout and sleeper lists last year. But hi, Turkish boy. How you doing? Well, I feel like I've been eating this pizza for fucking 7 hours and it hasn't fucking. We put the pizza in the icing, baby. If you don't respect this, you don't know fucking anything. Oh, I'm crying, dog. Fuck. The pizza's done, bro. We just done finished the whole fucking thing. Your boy done made it. I'm a nasty motherfucker. That being said, about Cam Meredith, also probably not going to have much redraft value outside of a couple good touchdown weeks. So I don't expect him to get a ton of targets and stuff. I have Gordon over Hunt and Fournette in half PPR. Thoughts? I don't hate that at all. I have Fournette over Gordon, but it's really fucking close for me. So I don't think that's crazy at all, TJ. You think Lamar Miller will be pushed out by Foreman? No. We have no idea if Foreman's even going to be playing on the fucking playing this year. He might start out on the PUP list. And that being said, even if he doesn't, like, he's going to miss the entire offseason workouts and like getting in shape and stuff. So, what rookies in this year's Kamara, not named Saquon? Kerryon Johnson is my favorite guy. That's like in the later rounds that could possibly be like a breakout candidate. It's just hard to tell how big his role is going to be with Garrett Blount there and Theo Riddick there. Like, they're not getting rid of Theo Riddick, of course, but Kerryon Johnson has a 3-down skill set. He's very good as a player, like Aaron Foster with a lot of intangibles, very good at, one cut and balance and vision and things like that. Kerryon Johnson has a 3-down skill set. However, like, there's competition in the backfield. That line is getting very good, though. They're putting together a very good line. So if things break right, Kerryon Johnson has major upside. Tyler Lockett, full PPR redraft. I'm probably staying away from him in redraft. I have been taking him in like all my best ball drafts, though. Where's Steve? He was here before. I need like an assistant when I do this shit. I need someone to tell me to shut the fuck up sometime. I didn't even take Adderall today, too. I'm fucking bouncing off the walls. Fuck, I'm tired, man. Thoughts on Kareem Hunt? I have him ranked behind Melvin Gordon and Leonard Fournette. So I'm not avoiding Kareem Hunt, but he's also not like my favorite first-round running back. Larry Fitz good again this year? Yes, Larry Fitz. 12-man PPR. I know AB is going first, and Hopkins will most likely go fourth overall. Interesting. AB is going to go first. Should I pick the 5th spot or 6th in the draft? If you're sure that AB and Hopkins are going to go in the top 4, then actually, I would take the 5th. I would take the 5th spot there. I'd take the 5th spot and then get either of Gurley, Bell, or David Johnson, whoever falls to you there, Jason Smith. That's what I would do. Melvin Gordon or Fournette, full PPR. Melvin Gordon, full PPR. Thoughts on Ricky Seals-Jones? He was my stay woke, or no, he was on my Instagram the other day. He was my yeah, I like Ricky Seals-Jones as a sleeper for sure, because Sam Bradford's a guy who loves throwing the ball over the middle of the field. You guys think I'm like, there's something fucking wrong with me when I do that sometimes? Like when I'm talking and then all of a sudden I just like pause in the middle and I start like repeating shit to myself. It's hard to talk for 2 straight hours, yo. Tell you what. Like, what the fuck was I even just saying? Oh, Ricky Seals-Jones, yeah. So Sam Bradford's there. He loves throwing the ball over the middle of the field. They really have no one else besides Fitz. So I think that, like, I think Ricky Seals-Jones definitely has some good upside there. I like him as a late round guy. Let's see. I like Geis over Penny since he has a better O-line and half PPR. Yeah, I think I have TJ. I have Geis ranked over Penny in a redraft as well. OJ Howard advice. I have him for cheap next year in my dynasty auction league. Will he be viable? How big is your league? Like, I don't really want to start OJ Howard, to be honest. So like, I like him in dynasty, but he's not someone I'm like high on to break out. Allen Hurns or Gallup? Hurns for me. It's not even close. I think Hurns is one of the best wide receiver values in fantasy football drafts this year. Thoughts on Eifert? Bro, I really just don't think he's going to play fucking more than 6-8 games this year. I've talked about this a few times. I think if you're going to take Eifert or a guy like Jordan Reed, you obviously are going to need 2 tight ends on your roster. And I think the other tight end is going to be someone that you pick before Eifert or Jordan Reed. So I would try to get like an actual starter, then have Eifert or Reed on your bench if you're going to pick one of those two, so that in case they do, in case they are healthy and they do have that upside, of course, then you have them there, right? And you're not actually banking on them being your tight end, because that's probably you're rolling the dice on something that's I don't see having good odds. But if it does work, then boom, you have probably good trade value, because there's only like 8 viable tight end starters in the league, and someone's going to want one of them if they do pop off. So Eifert, I like Eifert a lot less than I like Jordan Reed. Thoughts on Kenny Golladay, D.D. Westbrook, and Curtis Samuel? I don't want any part of either of the last 2 in redraft. Probably not Kenny Golladay either. Realistically, he's a 3rd wide receiver, so there's not going to be a ton of volume there. The upside's huge if one of the first 2 receivers were to get hurt. I love him in Dynasty, but it's hard to like him in redraft. How do you feel about going heavy wide receiver early, then taking the best handcuff running back to the expectation of? I hate that strategy, Ravens. I don't think I'd build a strategy around someone getting hurt. I just don't think it's going to work. Domino's mushroom pizza. What's the over-under on calories? A medium slice? I'd say a medium slice probably has about 220 to 240 calories. So you're looking at about 1,700, like 1,800 calories for the pie. Damn, I just ate a lot of motherfucking calories. 12-man PPR for the OJ question. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be starting OJ Howard probably in a 12-man league. He's like borderline at my 12th ranking, but there's other guys I'd rather have starting. I do want to keep him, of course, in Dynasty League, though. Thoughts on Demaryius Thomas? I think he's going to be a big disappointment. I'd rather own Sanders than Demaryius Thomas, especially where they're getting drafted. Favorite spot to pick from in a 10-team league, 1 through 4, so you can get one of the top running backs, or 8 through 10. So you have your pick of like a guy like Melvin Gordon, Fournette, and then you could also get an Odell Beckham and a Michael Thomas. Thoughts on Corey Davis? He will be picked before I will be picking him. I'll put it that way. I'm not as high on him as most people will be. I don't know. I like him as a route runner and a technician and a good wide receiver 1, but I don't know. I'm not. I think people's ceilings for him are way higher than they should be, and I think it's because he was picked 6 overall, so people automatically are like they'll always have that number 6 pick engraved in their head. You think about like AJ Green and Julio Jones were like the number 4 or 5 picks for the Bengals and Falcons, like back to back, or it was like AJ Green, Patrick Peterson, Julio Jones. You look at those guys and you're like, yeah, those are like the fucking those are the fucking like prototypical ones. And then like just because Corey Davis was drafted there, I think he's going to get like 4 years of leeway of people just saying that like, yeah, he's going to have a huge breakout. I'm not sure we're really going to see that type of production ever from Corey Davis. That makes sense. Do you think Mike Evans' numbers will go back up considering each year he's gone up and down? They might. I'm not going to be the one to guess, to be honest with you. It's raining out. Let's fucking go. I might go fucking run around in the rain, to be honest with you. But again, I don't really like drafting guys. I don't like reaching for guys who bank on touchdowns as their main source of production. So especially, I mean, Devontae Adams is one guy I'm comfortable doing that with, only because he's tied to Aaron Rodgers, who is a guaranteed 35+ touchdowns if he plays for a full season. So Evans is not a guy I really love. I'm not reaching for Evans. Since everyone seems like they're going RB heavy this year, more value for wide receivers. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely more value for wide receiver. Once you get past pick like 45, there's like no running backs really that are value picks, but there's plenty of late round wide receivers that have value. Like even into like the 10th, 11th round, like a guy like Kelvin Benjamin, probably going to see 100 targets and a lot of end zone targets. He could be like your wide receiver 5. Same with like Alan Hearns, Chris Hogan, Emmanuel Sanders. I love all these guys. Says everyone's thoughts on the World Cup. Dude, I gotta be honest. I feel like we're not hearing any hype about it because America's not in it. I haven't been following it at all. But I'm fucking hyped up for when it comes to North America 2026. You know, by that time, Big Dog's got to eat. I'm gonna have my own fucking press box. We're gonna be fucking covering the World Cup. I'm gonna be live streaming fantasy football at the World Cup. People are going to be joining my live stream like football. I'm going to be like, nah, motherfuckers, this is American football, fantasy football, while I'm in the press box right next to Riri. Zeke or Bell? Bell's my guy, man. Although I do love Zeke. Zeke. Thoughts on the World Cup? What do you mean U.S. is not America? The World Cup is in... I guess it's in South. Is it in South America too? It's Canada, America, and Canada, America, and are they doing it in somewhere else? They have a third country. It doesn't matter. But America's getting. The United States is getting fucking like 85% of the games, and the finals are in MetLife, which is fucking 20 minutes from my house. Like, let's motherfucking go. Do you think drafting at the end of July is too early? Yeah, I do. I think the closer you can get to the first game of regular season, the better. I try to have all my drafts like Labor Day weekend. My big money draft is always like the Monday, like 2 days before the season kicks off. Just because there's so many things that happen. America is not a continent. North America is a continent. South America is a continent. Osama bin Laden is dead. Are you sure? You sure? I thought I seen him last night in Manhattan. Oh, my Nike and bike hurt, man. My bike be hurting. You think Carson Pro Size cut into the Penny's workload? Will Penny's going to be the guy. They're just going to make him the guy, even if he fucking sucks. Even if Chris Carson is just as good as him, they're just going to give Penny the fucking ball too much. So I don't think they're going to cut into his workload. Sean Jackson, John Ross expectations. I'm actually excited to see John Ross play because I don't think we can just write him off. I think he's actually a pretty good receiver. I could see him being John Brown. I could see if he's healthy, which is ironic because John Brown's never healthy either. So I guess he's like John Brown without the production yet. But I think he could be a nice secondary to AJ Green. Realistic expectations, though, I don't really want either of them on my redraft team because, again, they're guys that you can never trust to consistently start and put in your lineup. So I tend to just stay away from guys like that. What are your goals with BDGE? Good question, TJ. So my goals at BDGE change pretty quickly. So realistically, like this stuff is a passion, a hobby, a side project of mine that I do make pretty good profit off of. I will say this year in total, revenue-wise, between the draft weekend, affiliate marketing, my draft guide, YouTube ad revenue, and whatever else I end up doing, consulting, the monthly subscription to the private forum, I'll probably ring in between $15,000 and $20,000 in revenue just from fantasy football. And then I'm a freelancer, so I do marketing, like social media marketing for e-commerce businesses. And that's where like my main portion of revenue comes in, like for my life, for my finances. And eventually I would like to, obviously, as I grow my audience, the revenue from fantasy football is going to keep going up. And that would be like my long-term thing is not like, listen, I love fantasy football, but like this is not my life. I'm building this audience so that I can build a platform for myself so that I can kind of do what I want from it. I'm doing this so that I could build like, this is the lifestyle I want, right? I like the freedom. I like the flexibility of being able to work from home and being able to go work out at 1:00 in the afternoon if I want to and shit like that. So at the end of the day, it's not fantasy football isn't like that's not like my end all goal. It's way bigger than that. This is why I'm trying to build this into a lifestyle brand. I guess when it push comes to shove, like the way I would put it is I'm trying to build BDGE into like the first lifestyle brand, I guess, that's almost centered around fantasy football, if that makes sense. So it's so much more based around engagement and community than it is. I mean, obviously, like, obviously, I need to bring, like, if I don't bring good content and if I don't bring good analysis and numbers and stats and research to you guys, like, you'll never follow me. But if I could do that, like, that's half the battle. But the other half is building the community, and I think that's so much more important in the long run if you're trying to build longevity out of a brand. So yeah, and the thing is, the fantasy football industry is growing so fucking fast. I have a really good article. Actually, I have an article on the state of the fantasy football industry in my draft guide. So if you purchase that, there's a good like 6 to 7 page article about the growth of the industry and where I see it going. So it's going to be cool. So I think the rooftop for this stuff is limitless, and I think no one is doing something as unique as I am in the industry in terms of building the community and trying to do things outside of just the really normal shit that most fantasy football analysts do. So I think my personal fucking ceiling is fucking ruthless. You know what I mean? And I'm young, and I got the drive and the motivation to build it to be as big as it possibly can. So, there ain't no stopping, big dog. We going global. Hope that answers your question a little bit. Most exciting games on the NFL schedule this season. I gotta be honest, I haven't really looked at the schedule too much. But I as a Falcons fan, I always love the Falcons Saints games. Patriots play the Rams early, right? I think. I don't know. Give me some good games. I'll let you know what I think about them. Thoughts on AJ Green? Fine taking him where he is. I expect a positive regression for Green and Dalton, so I'm definitely not avoiding him, but I'm probably not. He's my wide receiver 7, I think. So it's like Antonio Brown, D-Hop, OBJ, and then, like, depending on league scoring settings, it's some combo of Devonta Adams, Keenan Allen, or Michael Thomas, Devonta Adams, Keenan Allen, Julio, then AJ Green. So that might be number 8. Tupac or Biggie. It's Biggie for me. It's not even close. I don't think he's necessarily a better rapper, but he's in terms of like who I enjoy more, it's Biggie by far. Did X fake his death? Yeah, dude, for sure, bro. That video was just set up so well. Did you see the fucking "Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you run"? Did you just fucking Rick roll me via words? Sam, you just done changed the game, Payday. Sam. Dalvin Cook or Melvin Gordon full PPR? Give me Melvin Gordon. Best wide receiver not named AB this year. Dude, I got to be honest, man. I'm thinking about moving OBJ over DeAndre Hopkins. If you can go into the year with that was so thinking back on it, the fact that I fucking picked Odell Beckham 5th overall in my draft while he was hurt. I've learned so much from last year, from the fuck ups I had last year. The fact that I picked fucking Odell Beckham while he had an injury in the preseason, 5th overall, was such a fucking terrible mistake by me. I don't know. I can't believe I did that. But if he goes into the year fully healthy, then yeah. Then I might have OBJ over D-Hop. Caffrey's in the second round, 12-team PPR is too early second round. No, I don't think it's too early, depending on where. If it's like early second round, then yeah. Gordon equals safe, Cook equals upside, maybe. I think Cook might get some goal line stuff taken away from him. Ever thought of doing a live stream with other experts, analysts to speak about fantasy? Yeah, so I think, Mike, that's a good question. I think what I might do is try to get together like 4 people in the industry and do a mock draft with them, because I know you guys liked I know you guys like mock drafts, and I'd like to bring other people on so that you could also get their point of view when they're taking their picks. Someone actually reached out to me and thought this would be a good idea to do. So maybe I'll do that if you guys want to see mock drafts with other experts, like live. And I do want to bring on other experts to the show and bring them in, but I don't think my platform is big enough to offer them enough value. Like, I have people reach out to me all the time, like really small podcasts and really small. This is just like a business lesson, like business 101 here. If you expect someone reaches out to me, right? I have a platform of like 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's not huge, but it's pretty big. It's noticeable. I have podcasts or like people that have a YouTube channel or whatever will reach out to me and they have maybe like 100 subscribers and they're like, oh, I'd love to have you on the show. It's like, no disrespect, but fucking obviously you love to have me on the show because I bring 6,000 of my subscribers that I built up over to you. But like, what am I getting in return? Not to sound selfish, like I wouldn't help you out, you know, but you have to just business 101. You can't expect someone to give you value unless you're giving them equal value in return. So that's, you know, that's it. Where would you draft Lamar Miller? Put PPR, probably like 6th round, 5th, 6th round, late 5th. Kerryon Johnson, I don't trust Lions RB. They don't run the ball much. I like Kerryon Johnson as a player. No, I didn't notice that. What are your thoughts on other FF YouTubers? I like the fantasy footballers and you, but I have stopped watching FFA completely. So it's actually kind of a funny backstory to that. So I don't watch anyone else's YouTube channels when it comes to fantasy football. Swear to God, I don't think I subscribe to a single other YouTube channel. I just don't have time to consume content via video. I'm like too busy doing my own shit. But I do listen to the fantasy footballers I listen to a lot of podcasts, and there are a few that I like. In terms of, so I like the fantasy footballers a lot, but I do not watch their videos. FFA, you're talking about fantasy football advice. So those two kids, Darian and Nick, they started their channel after me. They actually reached out to me via email telling me that they were starting. They're like, we're going to start a YouTube channel. Like we have some questions like about, you know, starting up. Where did you get this? How did you do this? Blah, blah, blah. So I actually helped them kind of start their thing in the beginning. Not like started, but I you know, they had some questions for me and I kind of helped start them out. And what happened was I was pretty inconsistent that first year that they started, and they actually like passed me in subscribers because one, I mean, they have 2 people, so it's easy for them. The more content you put out, the quicker you're gonna grow. I just don't have the manpower. Like they do 5 videos a week. I don't have my fucking life set up where I could do 5 videos a week because it's just me compared to 2 of them, of course. So they actually outgrew me because they were more consistent and they put the work in, and I respect that. That's fine. But in terms of like analysis, I personally think I'm still like I'm fucking top of YouTube, you know? I mean, that is because a lot of the bigger guys, like guys on Twitter and shit, are like too cool to fucking come onto this platform, which is fine because it leaves it open for me. But you're starting to see a lot of the brands now realize from a business and a marketing perspective that they need to be doing video. So that's why like Pro Football Focus now has a YouTube channel, and all these other bigger brands are starting to move towards video and move towards YouTube. And that's a marketing business move, right? Because they're realizing that like you can only grow so big on Twitter. You can only grow so big via SEO and Google. So you have to diversify yourself. So that's kind of my thoughts. I mean, it's whatever to me. It's more competition obviously makes it harder for me to grow quicker. But at the same time, I think content is king. And at the end of the day, I think I produce really good content. So I'm not really worried in the long run. And I'm building, like, I build brand equity with you guys. You know what I mean? So, the branding is such a long-term play. Like you guys probably feel like you fucking know me at some point if you join my live streams every Sunday and shit like that. So that's where I also separate myself from a lot of the other places. 12-man, 1 PPR. If you get 1 top running back early and 1 second-tier wide receiver, would you target? Wait, what the fuck did you just say to me? If you get 1 top running back early, and what second-tier wide receivers would you target late 2nd round? I mean, that would completely go off based on my rankings, which would be in my draft guide. So it's like whoever of the top rankings falls to you in the later draft. Thoughts on Watkins? I don't think I can trust him, dude. I'm growing on Watkins a little bit. I think I'm pretty excited to see what he can do. I think anytime you have a guy like Andy Reid who's really good on offense or really good at like play calling, go out and be like, I want to sign that guy to this big of a contract. You know damn well he's going to use him a fucking lot. He's going to be like that possession X receiver. I think Watkins is going to have a really, really solid year, actually. I think he's like my wide receiver 25 or 26. Have you noticed that you smack your lips a lot? Does it bother you? Does it make you want to kiss me? I'm from Hawaii. What's up? Aloha. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate the kind words. Thoughts on taking Gronk second, third round turn? I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm fine with Gronk there. I actually think he's a great fucking value, to be honest with you. I think Gronk's a great fucking value at the 2-3 turn because you've had to pay a full round earlier price for him in the years prior to this, and in my opinion, he's a huge tier above all the other tight ends. So Peter Brown, you look like a lesbian. So I like Gronk there a lot, but I just don't want to use one of my premium picks on tight end. I'd rather get a Devonta Freeman there or a Jerick McKinnon or something. So can't really knock you for it, but I think you should 6'9" in the fantasy world. Dude, I'm in for that too. Who should I start calling now? I don't really know most of the YouTube channels. First of all, like, I'm down though. I'm down to start fucking industry beef. I fucking like hate everyone in the fantasy football industry, to be honest. Thoughts on Amari Cooper? A guy I'm not targeting for sure. If I can get him at value, I'll be excited because there is upside there. But like, I don't know. I'm not banking on his upside. Whew. Where do you draft Mark Ingram this year? Half point PPR, 7th round or later. Maybe even 8th round, to be honest. Hello, where are you from? I am from New Jersey. I'll definitely boost ratings. Yeah, but I think about thank you, human being. I think about something Gary V always says, Gary Vaynerchuk. He said your aim should be to build the biggest building in town, right? Be the biggest, be the best, but do it by building it biggest, not by knocking other people's buildings down. As corny as that sounds, I don't want to I get it. It would be kind of fucking funny because no one does that shit in fantasy football, like calling out people, like beefing and shit. Everyone's so fucking corny in fantasy. Like as soon as someone starts like arguing, they start backing up and they get like scared on Twitter and shit. It's actually pretty fucking embarrassing. But I don't know. I just like at the end of the day, it's like when I make my analysis though, I think of every counterpoint to people's arguments. So I feel like it's hard to come at me, you know? At Mike Clay and Fabiano. You know, you'll see the guys who are on the main stages, the guys who are on the big platforms. Yeah, Fabiano does deserve it at times because sometimes he just says ridiculous shit without really backing it up. Nice beard. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. Fabs does deserve it. Yeah. Have you ever heard about the no fab challenge? Yeah, I will not be participating in that. You could miss me. I'd last if I did the no fab challenge. I'd probably last like 14 strokes in bed. Will be good to take both Josh Gordon and Jarvis Landry. It's more of a value thing for me. It's not really specific to those two players. Up in the mountains and started running with the Stallions. Corey Davis there for sure. Team fantasy beef. All right, Mike. I see you, dog. I'm gonna give you the account to my social media things, and you just start fucking beefing off on everybody. How's that sound? So yeah, I was talking about this before. The thing with like Mike Clay and Fabiano, when you have those huge platforms and those huge audiences, right? When you work for ESPN, NFL, Matt Berry, Brad Evans for Yahoo and shit like that. Like you got to understand those guys are journalists first. They're not fantasy analysts. They're not sitting there like Evan Silva running fucking numbers all day. They're entertainers. They are journalists. That's their profession, bro. They are journalists, not analysts. Remember that. So their job is to lure you into the article and write a good, well put together article to entertain you. Their job is not to hit you with all the beautiful statistics. They spent 20 years building up their fucking building up their resume. Yeah, I didn't really mean Fabs. I meant Brad Evans, particularly Matt Berry, guys like that. Mike Clay, I actually like. I think Mike Clay is pretty good. He's a respectable guy in the industry. Hello from Tampa. Favorite fantasy platform? What do you mean by that? You mean like website? Yahoo is mine. I've been using that since I was like 12. My favorite. When does the Darius Geis hype train start? Dude, it started, bro. Darius Geis was on my Instagram. On my Instagram, I put up a sleeper every Saturday. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do that. If you go all the way back, when I just started this Instagram account like earlier this summer. My stay woke Saturday is like my sleeper Saturday. Every time I pick a sleeper on Saturday. Actually, not my first, but one of my first sleepy Saturdays was Darius Geis, far before the draft. I liked him so far before the draft. So good. So that train's already started, bro. Are you an Allies fan? The fuck does that mean? What ethnicity are you? I love the random people that fucking jump into these live streams. I have no idea who I am. And they just start asking me random questions in like weird languages and shit. I'm Italian. How many championships have I won? I mean, dude, I've been playing this for like 10 years. I don't know. I play in like 6 leagues a year, 10 years. My big money league with the belt. Where's the belt? It's over there. My big money league. This is going to be our 10th year. This is going to be played nine seasons, and I've won. It's a 10-team league, 9 seasons, and I've won three of the 9. So 33%, not too shabby. I won my college league 2 years running right now. Trying to think. I try to keep it like 5 leagues and under because redraft that can get out of control. Like waiver wire Tuesdays are just like, bleh. But I might be able to do more this year because I'm trying to outsource some of the. Do I get to outsource? I'm outsourcing some of the in-season work, like some of the waiver wire pickups and stuff of the week. I think I'm going to outsource that blog article to someone else that's helping me write, so I'll have more time to actually look at my teams. We get Mike. Is it my pick? Did the other Mike go? I didn't get an email, so I didn't see. No, he's still up. Are you asking? Send me a hello, please. What up, Jonathan? That's a weird name. It's spelled Jonathan. Jonathan? You know Italian lang? No. So I almost took Italian in college. I signed up for it my sophomore year, and then I walked into class, and the professor was like, "Okay, so this is the first class. These are the textbooks you have to get." And I looked it up, and it was like $350 for the textbooks. I'm like, "Bro, I'm broke." And before the end of that class, I had already dropped the class. It's like I'm not paying $350 for textbooks for a fucking elective. Plus, languages like don't work in my head, bro. Where was I born? Yes, I was born in the USA. Born in the USA. Bro, it's hot as a bitch in here. Ping. Bones in the USA. Bones in the USA. Oh, you cute. She's cute. Who is after you, Ali? Oh, you're saying who's after you? You mean like who's behind me? That's Chance. All right, y'all. I'm gonna head out. Bad boy's dying down. Will you get your 5th pick in before the last year, man? I mean, it depends who Mike gets. Mike's trying to trade, I think, and he said he's on his way home from something, so it might take him a couple hours to get his pick in. But I'm gonna shut down. This will be a goodbye to you. Thank you for joining me. As always, I love y'all from wherever around the world that you is. Always appreciate the time. Appreciate you spending your Sundays with me, man. So, Mike, very late, bro. About the piece. Thoughts on working out on an empty stomach? Good question. I like it. I actually really like it. I did it for a while. I did it for almost like 2 years. And then I just started. I mean, it depends on. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any specific like yes or no to it. I think it's like what your eating habit is. I do. I do intermittent fasting for the most part, but not intentionally. That's not like my diet. I just happen usually not to eat until like 1 or 2 o'clock, and a lot of times I'll work out in the morning. So sometimes I'll work out at like 10 a.m. on an empty stomach, not eat until like 2 or 3 p.m. Uh, so it's I don't think it's I don't think it helps you hit your goals one way or the other. I think it's more fucking um, I think it's more calories in versus calories out and that kind of thing. So peace, adios, my friends. Troll the industry soon, maybe soon, baby.